Good afternoon, you guys. I'm gonna wait and let people start. I came on early, as of course I always do. I decided to get on for a few minutes before I get back out. Hey, the angel, the real boss, the black Barbie. I see 11 people. Make sure you guys hit the like button for me. I want to have a conversation. I was looking at the news. Okay. I want to have an unadulterated conversation. Let's see. Switch B, new to you, conscious soul, Kawana, Rhonda. You guys, make sure you hit the like button for me. Hey, Cake Been Baked. Um, Letitia. We're gonna give some more people the opportunity to come in. I think, like I said, I want to have an unadulterated conversation, and it's just because of what I've been paying attention to in the news. Um, as it relates to couples, you know, there's a lot of instability that's going on as it relates to DV, right? And we're starting to see now, of course, we know that when we think about DV, we think about, men, right? Which the numbers are higher, have always been with men versus the women, right? But of course, there are a lot of cases now with women, right? Oftentimes, men don't report theirs, but of course, it's undeniable that we see more women being, hurt, and but either way is hey, Edith, either way, it's messed up. And I was looking at something in the news that just kind of shook my soul of a young lady who was taken out last night. Um, she had three children, and her and her boyfriend, hey Leo, her and her boyfriend had gotten into it. And her and her boyfriend got into it, and um he shot her. Now, the news is saying that ultimately when he reported it, he said that it was even her children was in the house. She had a 17-year-old, and she had, I forget the ages of the other two, but they were way younger. um I think one of her kids, or the other two, may not have been double digits, and when I say double digits, I mean under 10. And he ultimately, when he called the police, he was, stabbed in the hand. And he said that some people had broken into their home, and tried to rob him and then stabbed him in the hand and then hit her, unaliving her as they were going out. And so Memphis PD said that once they started investigating, his story started changing quite a bit. And then he ultimately admitted, and this happened last night, so it didn't take them long, um, to break him down. But the thing of the matter is, these are children. Because her neighbor said that she had decorated for Christmas. She did hair out of her house. That's how she made her money. Her children, a day or two before Christmas, when they're supposed to be getting ready to celebrate Christmas, with their mom, her boyfriend, who they didn't say that he was the kid's father, they said he was just her boyfriend. He take her out. Now, they said when they broke him down, he ultimately said that I wish I could pull it up. He ultimately said that that she stabbed him in the hand, but hey, that's questionable, because what he probably did was, in order to try to make it look like a robbery or something like that, he probably stabbed himself in the hand, right? Because one thing about it, not unless somebody come into your house and the beef is with um the man is the immediate threat. So most robbers, what they try to do is subdue or eliminate the immediate threat, which would be the stronger threat, and that would be the man. They wouldn't stab him and take her out. That's crazy. They would have took him down first, because he would have been, in their minds, the stronger threat, right? So I'm sure that's the reason why the police did that. And I was looking at another case that it happened. It happened a couple years ago, because I just started pulling up cases, um, pulling up articles rather. And there was another young lady who was taken out, and she had 10 children. Hold on one second. I'm gonna see if because I got a habit of Xing out of stuff. Uh, I done X'd out of it. Okay, let me see something. Hold on, guys. Here's another one that I didn't see. It says child's father shoots and unalives mother new boyfriend, police say. A woman's ex-boyfriend was charged with the unaliving after shooting and taking out her new boyfriend, according to the Memphis Police Department. MPD said the deadly shooting happened around 7. That's when police said a woman and her boyfriend, Teron Munger, showed up at her house on Soapstone Drive in Memphis. When the couple arrived, the woman's ex-boyfriend, Shamar Walls, was waiting inside the home with his child. MPD said Walls and Munger got into a fight, which ended with Walls pulling out a gun and shooting Munger multiple times in the chest. Uh, they didn't say how old the child. The I don't know. I don't know what went on with that situation, because if the child was in the house, if it was an underage child, who was in the house with the child, why was he angry? Was it jealousy, or was he mad because the child was left alone? It shouldn't have happened, but I would just need to know the deets of that. Let me see. I'm looking for the one that happened last night. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. um I don't know why I can't find it. Hold on, you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button, please. I'm trying to, because I was just looking at it where the neighbor said that they was extremely hurt because the young lady had just decorated, okay, her home for Christmas for her children. She had all minors. Um, I don't see it. I don't know why I can't. I should have had it up. Then you have to know these people's families' genes could be mentally imbalanced, and you produce an aggressive, impulsive child. I agree. I think more and more now, what's going on is, and that's the reason why I wanted to talk about this. You start. I'm seeing more. Is it going up more and more, and they're not talking about it. A lot of these killings are domestic violence related. You got women now that are out of control, especially younger women that are emotionally unstable also. You know, if a man decides that he don't want to be with her no more, they want to go and take out the girl, that he's with, you know, they or take him out, because their mind tells them I did everything for him. I did this, and there's no emotional stability anymore. And you see it a lot in the younger adults, but I think to me, like it is very disturbing, but I guess they got to get it from somewhere. When I start seeing it in adults in their 30s and 40s and 50s, right? It seems to me like now, for some reason, they're on the same thing. Now, a lot of these adults, when I say adults, all of them are adults, but a lot of these older adults have probably, or if you look at their backgrounds and stuff, they've always had some emotional instability and stuff going on in and out of jail, on crack and all of that. But it seems to me that a lot of them now are on the same things that they're on the same things that the younger people are on. For some reason, people are not trying to control themselves anymore. I don't know. We blame the drugs, but even when folks was on crack and stuff, and a lot of these people, a lot of these older people, like in their late 30s, like 40s and 50s, they've been on crack. They've been on crack their whole lives. And so even in the 90s and stuff, when they was on crack, they knew not to do a lot of this stuff that they're doing now. That's what I'm saying. Like people are really messed up, and it ain't got nothing to do. I think we put a lot of it on the drugs when it's a choice. Because even when you're on drugs, you know what not to do. And so I think it's got a lot to do now with people just being evil. Not necessarily the drugs, but folks being evil, because you see folks on fentanyl and you see people on meth, and a lot of them know what not to do. They're not doing a lot of the stuff that we're seeing a lot of these troubled, people do, right? They said this new drugs out now. It's the new BS they introducing, like Flocka. I think it's sad though, that DV is gone up, and people are just being taken out. Man, that B thinks you're gonna leave me. I'm a take out. And I mean, and that's what they're doing, right? So that's what led me to this topic. Are there any more good men or good women, or is it just better to be single? I know that there are some good people out there, but even the good people, especially if they got something going for themselves, hey, even if they ain't got nothing going for themselves, they might still have a sane mind. Just because a person ain't got nothing going for themselves, they mind their own business, they ain't bothering nobody, they still deserve to live, right? But it seems like now, because you, like you said, you don't ever know what a person is on. I think I did a story about this guy. I did do a story about this guy who took out his girlfriend, right? She was in college, she had graduated, she was getting her career going, and he said we was having a good life. And her mother, he said, I was with her all while she was through college, but now he was living in her house. And then her mama started talking about, you got your degree now. What he gonna do? What he on? And she thought she was just gonna leave me and go be happy and live her life. And so he said he was gonna he got so mad because she wanted to break up. He was gonna take the dog in the room and set her dog, who she loves very much, because it was dope. They were like in their 20s. He snapped and set the dog on fire. And she said, no, whatever you're going to do to the dog, do to me. He said, that's exactly what I did. I shot her in the head. That's exactly what I did. He said, before that, we ain't never had no problems. And, then he turned around and called her mama over there, and the mama pulled up. And you could tell, even when he was doing the interview in jail, that he was like, her mama pulled up. Her mama wouldn't even come in to see if she was okay or nothing. What he did was got her phone and tricked her mother over there, and her mama wouldn't even come in. You could tell, even in jail, after he killed his cousin. He held his cousin girlfriend, the kids hostage. He said, I treated his girl like my girl. I told her, if you do anything, I'm gonna take you out. And he said that but you could tell while he was doing the interview, right? That he was mad that his girlfriend, who was trying to leave him initially, and she had some real inspirational stuff. I started looking at her Facebook page. I mean, she would have been a good coach, as far as motivational coach, because that's what she was getting into. And I guess she couldn't motivate him. And he's mad at her mama because her mama said, you got a lot going for yourself. What is he going to do with his life? And she started acting funny and thinking she going to leave me after I was with her while she was going through college. But nigga, you was living in her house. Okay. I guess he felt like, when she was going through college, I was with her. She get out of college, get her degree, start getting into motivational speaking and coaching. Being a motivational coach and all of that. She thinks she's gonna leave me, and he took her out. So I said that to say this, and he had no remorse. He said, the only thing I want them to do is I want to get the death penalty. That's what he said. My girl gone. I done killed her. The dog gone. He took his blood cousin out. He took out his adopted father. He said, I want to go. Whereas if he had did that to himself, he was that miserable. What he should have did was did that to himself, and before he did that to everybody else, and all of this, all these issues would not that these people are having would have been obsolete. And that's what I'm talking about. People are so miserable. Hey, and I equate this to some of the people that I see on YouTube, especially when you know their backgrounds, right? They have a history of killing women, strangling them to death, and until it takes a lot to put your hand around a woman neck, right, who does not have as much strength as a man, and strangle her. It takes about how many minutes does it take for a woman to stop breathing when you got your hand around her neck, strangling her, right? And strangle a woman, and I'm talking about older dudes. Okay, until the lady not breathing anymore and dies because you're that angry, right? And that's the reason why I say, somebody was saying you have to pray, right? You have to pray, but at the same time, so Paula, that's not true. You can't live your life in fear, Queen. Right, because there are some good people out there. It's good people out there. But I guess, is it that people don't know that, you got to know the signs? But then here this man talking about, that I was just talking about. He said that they never had any arguments. They had been together for 2 years, and he thought that they was happy. She was going through college, and she was helping him to start a business. And her mama started interfering, saying, "You got your degree now. What is he gonna do with his life?" And it made her started thinking. Evidently, she had an epiphany because he was living up in her house, driving her stuff. And so, rather than let her go on with her life, because he wanted to take out anyways, because anybody knows, ain't you're not gonna let somebody. People love their animals. He knew that that was going to trigger her to say, "Well, I'm gonna take your animal and into the bedroom, right, and set him on fire." This was a dog. This was both their dogs. She jumped in front of her dog. "No, don't do that to my dog. Whatever you're gonna do to our dog, do it to me." And he said, "I hit in the, I took my gun and hit her in the head." That's exactly what I did, and she died instantly. Right? So y'all, DV is going up in record numbers. And I know people say, because I've never in my life, and I know people try to say, well, just in the Black community, we never talked about this type of stuff, folks being crazy. I can remember growing up, you always had like a slow relative, you always had like somebody that was thrown off, but they weren't doing the type of stuff that these folks are doing now. No, it's not true, because I can remember folks was not doing the type of stuff that they doing now. Get you a provider and a protector. That's what my father told me. Get you a provider and a protector that's going to treat you right and care about you. And that's the exact same thing that I tell my daughters. Get you a provider and a protector that's going to care about you. Because when you got a provider and a protector that cares about you, you don't have to worry about anything else. They go, "Well, what if he's emotionally abusive?" That's where that cares about you come in, because when they care about you, they're not going to be emotionally abusive. They're not going to be verbally abusive. You can't have one and not the other. Well, he's a provider, yeah, but he beating the shit out you. He calling you all kinds of bitches and hoes. That's emotional and verbal abuse. That's just as bad, okay, as physical abuse. Let me tell you something. I never heard my dad cuss until maybe in my 30s. Never. And they said that he would. They say he cussed, but I never heard it until I was in my 30s. And even then, I didn't never hear my dad calling women out of their names. Never. I ain't never in my life ever heard my father call a woman out of her name, ever. And that's the reason why I can't take to no men, especially if I'm dating a man and he gets so emotionally imbalanced that he gonna call me B's and H's. That's it. No, I don't want you. Because my mama taught me the worst thing that a man can do is lay down with you and then get up and call you out your name. Okay? I dated a guy, one of my ex-boyfriends did that to me. "You stupid bitch." I hate a man that's emotionally unstable. And then turn around and wanted to call and make up. I didn't have anything for him no more. "No, we can't make up. I don't like you no more. Fuck you." Okay? Because once I lose respect for you, it's best if we don't communicate. Because once I lose respect for you, that's it. I don't like men that I don't even want to respect. It's some men that you don't even want to respect because they too pathetic. And I can't have men around me that I don't even want to respect because he's just too pathetic. It's anything you could do, woman, I'm gone. And I see men, I see men like that all the time. Woman, I'm gone. Before we say something we gonna regret, before you trigger me, I'm gone. He know how to restrain himself. That's a real man. And so that's why if I have friends, because I don't believe in coming in between nobody's relationship. Because if I have friends that's got a good husband or a good man, and I know he's treating her right, he ain't verbally abusive, none of that stuff, I tell, look here, they have some issues, and they call me, I ain't gonna never be the one talking about, girl, not unless it's physical abuse or something like that. Girl, you might need to rethink some stuff, because physical abuse is not good. But if it's just some arguing, even if he mess up and do a little something, but he's a good man and he's apologetic. I've told one of my friends one time, if you want him back, let if he want to come back, let him come back if you love him. Yeah, he might have messed up in one area, you called him one time or something like that. If you want him back, take him back. Okay, because other than that, he was a good man. But if it's repetitive behavior, then you might want to look at alternatives. But if you can forgive him for that one time, and he's truly sincere and he's sorry and he's a good man, he's a provider and a protector, let your man come home. Don't let no other woman, don't let her have him. If he's sorry and he want to come back and it's not repetitive behavior, let him come home. Okay, you taught him his lesson, let him come home. That's if you want him. So I'm not a man, but like, if you see me bashing a man, okay, it's because he's the scum of the earth. And I've seen some, especially on YouTube. Okay. I've been around street dudes. As I was saying before, like when I was dating this guy, my very first boyfriend, my very first one. And I was talking about how he's gangster black and them friends and stuff. Hey, they said he was hardcore in the street. Hell, I didn't know it. The only thing I know is when I would go, my mother would let me go back, because my mama didn't let me run the streets. When we left South Memphis, I still had cousins up there. He was my little boyfriend. He was a little old. He was older than me. I just know I want some chicken. Let's go to the chicken house right there on Parkway. He had 15 dudes around him here. I didn't know that they was walking with us for a reason, because I would go, why in the hell they got to be walking with us? But I liked all his friends, right? I didn't know they called themselves had some street stuff going on even back then. But even still, with him being a hardcore, whatever he was, gang leader or whatever he was, that dude was a gentleman to me. He never called me out my name. He never, he just went, and even now we ain't together. He reach out to me on Facebook all the time. I'm just checking on you. How your mama doing? How the girls doing? I love you, baby girl. I love you too. You be safe out there. He ain't no emotionally unstable, but then he ain't no crackhead either. A lot of these folks on drugs, okay? But you know, but why is it? But of course, he's like, I don't know how old he is now, because he was quite a bit older than me. He might be. I think he was 6 years older than, he might be 51. I think he was 6 years older than me. Okay. Hey, T lady guys. But y'all, are there any, like, is it safer to just be single? And I know people say all the time, and I'm just talking about, is it safer? I'm not saying that people are meant to be single, because I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't believe that. I don't believe that people, I believe in God, okay? And I just don't believe that people are really, that God put somebody on this earth, just to go through life by themselves. I don't believe that. Right? Nobody should be single. God didn't set it up that way. I don't think so either, Dion. I don't believe that God set it up that way. But I don't believe that God set it up for women to be abused and stuff like that. I look at quite a few men now, because there are still a lot of good women. And it seems to me, and I'm talking about old rusted niggas in their 40s and 50s. It seemed like to me their one and only mission is to try and destroy women. A lot of them be getting more dick than women, though. Okay. And see, and that's another thing is people living in their truth. Excuse my French, but I'm from South Memphis still. Okay. It comes up and come out. All right. A lot of people that, are not living in their truth. A lot of men, what I've seen is, and I'm not just on the men, I'm talking about men and women. But as a being a woman, what I have seen, okay, is quite a few men are, and it's a lot of them now. They are too afraid to come out and admit to who they truly are. I guess, it's not conducive to their lifestyle, or it's not popular for them, I guess, to be gay thugs or whatever, or gay gangsters, right? And so what they do is they get women and use them as their beards, okay? And I see a lot of men, because of their hate, because no man, no real man, because most men love women. Okay, they love them, especially when they're real men. Yeah, they get on my nerve, but damn, I love the ladies. That's a real man. You don't see men that's truly straight men going around harassing and going after women. A lot of when they're on the down low, okay, and they can't truly live their lives, they get them women and they try to make them women's lives a living hell. They will beat them to death. And I'm telling the truth. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. They'll try and beat them to death because they ain't got no wing. Okay, but simply because they're not a man and they're unable to live in their truth. That's the reason why I say I advocate for people living in their truth. Okay, if a lot of these men could live in their truth, they leave some of these women alive instead of beating them to death because they ain't a man, right? Dion says nobody is going to come to you perfect, but as long as they have a decent foundation and believe in a higher being, that there's hope, you can walk the journey with them to combat compatibility for you. I agree. I agree. But I think my issue, and I'm just talking about myself now, Dion. I think my issue is like I work hard, right? And I work hard to um I, hey, I work hard and I'm definitely not where I want to be, right? But I refuse to. It's different when you got a man that's got a gift, that knows how to go get a trade. Most men don't know a lot about business, right? But if you know that man is down with you, because I'd rather somebody be honest with me. Well, hey, listen, you got a business mind. Can you help a brother out? If I ain't got the money to help you on the front end, if you can help me with this, and I ain't talking about financially, because it takes more than finances to make something pop off as far as business. You got to know the damn business. I can hit you up on the back end. I can give you a percentage. Okay, now you're talking, but you have a lot of people, men and women. I think this is the reason why a lot of people are not they're not where they're supposed to be, because they immediately see a gifting on somebody's like, okay, Tamara got something going for herself. She living nice. She even though hey, I tell folks all the time, it ain't no need in getting with me if you think you're gonna get something, because my debt ratio up real high. Okay, when you in business, that debt ratio be up real high. Okay, you have to have cars. You have to, I mean, your own stuff. It's up high. Okay, so you need to be trying to get with me to try to see how we can come to help me to take it down. Okay, but instead, people get with folks. Oh, maybe I can go and lay up on her. She got something going for herself. She got a business mind. She got a winner's mind. She can help me to come up on something, so he can go lay up with a hoe. Yeah, once I come up, yeah, all the gals gonna want me then. They gonna go lay up with a porn star. They want to go and flex for somebody that's gonna be blowing in their booty. But you have led this woman on. You like all her attributes, right? That God had given her and really was your help maker. God put in your life to help you. And I'm gonna tell you what happened. God takes it back. See, that's the reason why I say with men and women, even with some of my friends, some of my cousins, make sure your intentions are pure with a person. Because I'm gonna tell you something, even if you go up off of them, you're gonna come back down if you don't do it right. And I think that's the reason why we see a lot of people with gifts not being in places or being where they should, because the people that God sent to truly help them, they don't do it right. It's nothing to be honest with a person. No, this ain't that. But look here. Can we do some business together? But now they want you to teach them the business and help them with the business. And then they hijack your gifts because that's what they do. People want to hijack the gifts that God has given you. Okay. Okay. He said it's a target on you. You be talking about all the stuff you have going on in your respected family. Them fall from grace type guys are scheming on how to get Tamara. I see and hear it. Be careful. I rebuke him in the name of Jesus. Okay. I rebuke him in the name of Jesus. Okay. And you know, I wouldn't deal with no guys that's fall from grace. I'm gonna tell you something about Dion, about my situation. Okay. I've always been covered by God. No crackhead YouTuber, no pedophile YouTuber, because all there is crackheads and pedophiles. No crackhead YouTuber, no pedophile YouTuber, nobody could ever come up against me, Dion. So I don't worry about it. Okay. But if you see and hear about somebody talking about me, tell them to bring it. And I'll be waiting on them. So go take that back to them. Them people that you hear talking about me, tell them to bring it. And we gonna be waiting on them. And I don't stand alone. So tell them that, okay? Tell them instead of being jealous of me, take the dick out their booty and live in their truth and build something with a man if it's a man, because no real man is gonna be plotting on no woman. He got to be a dick sucking, dick in the booty bitch. Okay. Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about, because see, you don't know the issues that I've had, Dion, on YouTube. So y'all have to make yourselves clear when y'all say stuff like that, because see, I goes in, okay? But I don't take care of no men, Dion. If he don't have nothing going for himself, I normally don't have anything for him. Other than motivation. Keep pushing, brother. I'm rooting for you. Okay. That's what I got for him. New to you says, Gristle, that's one of the major problems, intimidation 101. Right. And then that's another thing. I think people should be taught, you guys. I think what should happen is people should be taught. Folks are not right, dear. Folks are not being taught. Okay. Like I said, it's a lot of emotional instability. People don't know how to handle rejection. So if a person don't want you, they're not gonna want you. And I think now people think that they can buy somebody's love, that they go and do everything. And the thing about it is, if they don't want you, they still ain't gonna want you after you spend every dime on them. They still not gonna want you. A person knows when they meet you, rather they can fall in love with you or not. Okay. Or if rather as men and women, when I meet a guy, I know if that's somebody that I would want to lay with. Oh, okay, if I don't feel it in the beginning, I already know that ain't even nobody I'm sexually attracted to. But like I said, people are caught up in a lot of bad karma because they're trying to come up off of using folks. They trying to come up off of using folks, and it's that karma ain't nothing nice. Okay. But you're seeing more and more, and these folks are in their 20s, 20s and early 30s. Somebody say, well, I don't want to be with you no more. Yeah, but I've been with him for 15 years. I'm going to kill that nigga. All I did for him. And they do it. The women, the girls are doing it too, y'all. But then when a man is not in a certain tax bracket, y'all talk down on him or cheat on him. You know what? Gristle, I'm not a cheater. I cheated one time, but I cheated back and it didn't work out. It went awry. Um, I don't think so. Um, Gristle Hardaway, a lot of women don't talk down on men. I can't understand. I mean, I cheated. I cheated back. I cheated back on him. He cheated on me. I cheated back on him. That was my first and last time ever doing that. You have to try something. I mean, at least I tried it. It didn't work out. And I was nervous. And listen, because I don't do stuff like that, I was nervous when I was doing it. I remember, I mean, it's been years ago. Like, I mean, probably, I know it's been 20, it's been years and years ago, about 20 years ago. I remember the like when I started talking to the guy, he initially was cool. He understood that I had somebody and he had somebody, right? But somewhere along the way, something changed and he started flipping out. And I don't really know what it was that happened, other than God intended for it to be that way, so that I would never do anything like that again. That's exactly what it was. God let it turn out like that, so that I wouldn't even want to even think about cheating on nobody else again. Yeah, I mean, it was revenge sex, probably. No, because I'm gonna tell you something. I had said no, I'm gonna tell you, I initially said, I was like, because he was, he was cheating. As a matter of fact, I caught him cheating. I caught him cheating. The guy that it was, I caught him cheating. His other babies, he had two babies' mothers. Um, I think about it now. The girl was like, "Well, we were still together when he started dating you. We thought you were better than me." And I said, "Well, I don't see how he's still messing with you." I said, "I don't know anything about it." I think about it now. He was more than likely still dating her. And you know anyways, she told me, well, he be coming over here late at night, over in the middle of the night, and going to work from here. And I was like, well, I don't believe that, because we be on the phone, like we was kind of smitten with each other. So that was around the time, y'all know this is old, like we still have beepers and everything, right? And so she was like, well, he be getting over here around 11:30, 12 o'clock. Well, he worked. He got up and worked every morning. So we would be on the phone till late. And so I remember one night he said, please let me stay woke. I said, what? Because it was in the back of my head, what she had said to me, because she wanted me to know he was denying. She just, no, I don't want to be with her no more, blah, blah, blah. I met me somebody I really love, and this, and that. So I was like, well, we do be together all the time. We go to the movies every weekend. We go have fun. We go into, we were just, it was a really nice courtship, right? And so one night he said, please let me stay woke. And I said, what? That kind of triggered me. I was like, are you getting ready to go somewhere? No, no, I'm talking about he said, no, I'm talking about to stay on the phone with you. I said, to stay on the phone with me. And then he started saying, I'm just so sleepy. Like, I don't know what was going on that day, but he had to get off early. Um, he had to get off early around 8 o'clock. And so that was kind of alarming to me. I was like, he's never gone to bed at no 8 or 9 o'clock. We always talk until like 10:30, 11 o'clock, something like that. And he want to get off the phone this early. So, anyways, I did have my oldest daughter at that point. I had my oldest daughter, which was not his daughter. She was still a little, she was about 2 years old or something like that. So I remember that morning I got up. The girl had already told me where she lived, all of that. She was like, if you don't believe that he be coming spending the night still messing around with me, we got a son together. He gonna always mess with me. Hey, D-Ma, come by my house. I said, I'm not coming by your house. And so I thought about that. It worked. So I called him. I called him and I called him. Nobody answered the phone. And his mama answered the phone like, he's asleep. I said, oh, I know something is wrong. And I was like, I'm not driving way to North Memphis just to see if his car at home. I know what I do. I catch him on the back end if something going on. And so sure enough, I got up real early at like 6 o'clock. I think I took my mama to work or something. And sure enough, his truck was in the driveway. And see, I'm gonna tell y'all something. That's the reason why you have to be very, very careful, because I never felt that angry before. Like, because people lose control, but you got to have some type of foundation where you know that there's a limit. People lose control now, and they don't know, they don't have a limit when they get mad. They feel like I'm hurt and people need to die and need to suffer. And that's what's going on. But I saw it. I was so mad. I started. I'm so glad that God was with me, because I started knocking on the door, and she called me. She was like, um, because after I left, he left right afterwards, right? She was like, I was trying to open the door. He wouldn't let me open the door. He laid on top of me, so I went open the door so you can see he was in here. I said, well, I seen this motherfucking truck. But anyways, I ended up quitting him after that. But that's a long story. I don't like to talk about that. We ended up getting back together, and it was always just terrible because I couldn't stand him. I didn't like him. No, really, no more from that point. And because I was hurt. He had really hurt me. I was loyal to that dude, but I guess it was just meant for me to take him back, because after I took him back, I ended up getting pregnant with my second baby, which was not on purpose. I think he did it on purpose. And everything just went downhill from that, right? I didn't get pregnant immediately, as a matter of fact. I didn't get pregnant immediately. I actually started doing something else. And that's when I started, I met the clown. Um, Not me. I'm not gonna give life to the penitentiary behind no female. Right. You shouldn't give the life to the penitentiary behind nobody. That ain't no threat to your person. That's that aggression that the people your live is about be having. They just go too far. Leos are loyal to a fault. I'm very loyal. I'm telling you, I'm very protective and territorial of people that I truly care about. We live and learn, hopefully. That's been 20 years ago. And he still be trying to get back with a sister. He still be trying. He was mad even then, after, because I did take him back. Yeah, I took him back, and I started. My cousin said to me, "You know what? You need to get you somebody on the side." I had never thought about that before. And it didn't last that long, because he was crazy. He was initially real cool, easy to talk to. Like, we would get like a hotel room and go to the hotel and just chill and look at TV, one doing nothing for a long time. We didn't do nothing. He was just a chill guy. Like, he was a street guy. He was a real chill guy. And he was like, you don't have to do nothing until you're ready. I enjoyed that. Like, we had fun. And then when we did that Negro, when that we did, I did start giving him some. His mindset changed. He said, "Tell me he wasn't a Taurus." I'm trying to think. What Corey's birthday was in May, so I think Corey was a Gemini. He might have been a Gemini or a Taurus. His birthday was at the beginning of May, if my memory serves me correctly. So, what are the beginning of May? Is that Aries or is that Taurus? Um, my son is always getting his heart broken by his girlfriends. That's the reason why I tell people if it's not gonna work out, just leave it alone. Go on with your life. Don't cheat. It's not worth it because now people are really emotionally unstable. Oh Lord Dion, Lord Jesus. April 20th till May 20th is Taurus. Oh, okay. Shout out to D Cat Daddy. Shout out to my moderators for doing a good job. But what I'm saying now, like the dynamics is different now. People are just unstable now. They feel like if I, the trend now is, and I remember they said that started down in Shreveport, Louisiana, that the dudes would say, if you stay out all night, your nigga gonna kill you. That's like a trend. That's like a, and that was going on around the time that girl got taken out on Facebook. Remember that Renita, I can't think of her last name. Her it's Renita something, but she ended up getting her boyfriend took her out on Facebook. Her ex-boyfriend took her out on Facebook, and he was talking about he took her out because she was taunting his, because the girls had been into it with each other, but they said that the girl had started getting into rap. He kept going back to his main girlfriend, and she decided that she then she was gonna move on, and he couldn't stand to see her, moving on. Although he kept going back home to his main girlfriend, they said that's the reason why that boy took that girl out, and I believe it. He took that girl out on Facebook, but they were from down in Shreveport. But they said that was like a trending thing for the guys to say, down, especially around that area, or to do that. I'm here. They said that in South Carolina, somebody has said to me, T, why don't you start doing start talking about what the men down in South Carolina is really bad. Like, hey, I'm not saying all of them because I know it's some folks on here from South Carolina, but it's been people there to talk about how mentally sick a lot of those men are. They believe in when they get mad at their women and killing them even more than in Shreveport. Like it's a mental sickness. They kill their girlfriends, put them in the trunk. Like I've been told to watch out, keep your gun ready and cocked when it comes to men that come from South Carolina because they mentally ill. They likes to kill women. Now that's what I was told. Ronald Gray says, I pick up energy. If you ain't Viking right, I'm out. People think they own people and can't take it when a relationship is over. They want to delete people for leaving. That's absolutely right. The investigation channel did a show on her story. Right. Wasn't that sad? I saw the video, y'all. I think they've completely taken it off of. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I'm gonna take it off before he do it, but it's not showing all of it anyways. Um, but they said that boy was really mad because that girl wasn't letting him use her no more. She was messing with his girlfriend, but the girlfriend was messing with her. Her name was Renita Williams, and she had 3 or 4 children. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I want to show y'all this. This was down from in Shreveport.
It was streamed live on Facebook. Nita Williams was killed by her boyfriend, Jonathan Robinson. Friends and family hopelessly watched her murder take place as it was streamed live on Facebook. Joining us today to talk about this unbelievably tragic case and the horrifying ways social media has become a part of true crime is a Arlo. Hey, Stephanie.
Our home.
So, can you kind of explain the relationship between Renita and Jonathan? to us. Was it a secret? Was it public?
He was keeping the relationship with Renita secret, and I believe the relationship with Jonathan and Renita was on and off, sort of. You know, he would come over and they would have sex and have a relationship, and then he would go back home to his girlfriend.
So can you walk us through the timeline of the actual murder?
Well, according to what Jonathan told police, he woke up that morning knowing he was going to kill Renita.
He knew he wanted to kill her before she went live on Facebook.
Correct. And he planned for this. So he had a gun that allegedly, according to him, he'd had for quite a while, and it was hidden under his aunt's house. He'd been seeing Renita as well as another woman. And Renita had gone on Facebook and started talking about how she was having a relationship with Jonathan Robinson, and he was upset by that. I don't believe that he wanted his girlfriend to know about his relationship with Renita. So he went over to her house. He left his car outside in the driveway running, so I assume he knew he would probably have to make some sort of quick escape. But the live stream is still going on when he comes in the house, and the live stream continues as he's pacing behind her and shouting things like, "You want to be famous? I'm going to make you famous," and demanding that she apologize to his girlfriend. And after she'd done that, he shot her to death. A lot of people who obviously know about this case and saw the live stream or saw the video in some way, shape, or form, they wonder why Renita appears to be so calm.
What's your opinion as to why she was behaving so calmly?
So Jonathan had a history of criminal activity, and he also had some incidences with other women where he was abusive to them. So I wonder, and I speculate, if there had been some physical abuse in the relationship between Renita and Jonathan.
Yeah, and to that point in the video, you can hear her trying to de-escalate the situation.
You try to diffuse the situation, and you try to calm him down, almost like an FBI hostage negotiator would. You want to make him feel like nothing's wrong so that he'll come down, and he won't hit you or hurt you or kill you.
So the cops came to Renita's home only because her brother was inside the house and called the cops, correct?
Correct. Jamarce was in the house when Jonathan came in. And to my understanding, he was hiding in a closet at some point. So he most likely heard Jonathan come in, and he was in another room, and he heard him yelling and ranting. So he hid in a closet until he could get out of the house. At that point, once he did get out of the house, he called the police, and they responded to that call. And after it was an 80-minute standoff with 8 police officers, he shot at them as well, and he actually wounded one of them. He was arrested, and he was charged with first-degree murder. He'll now be serving life in prison, but due to his plea deal, he did escape the death penalty.
So Jonathan's standoff with the cops denied Renita the medical attention that could have saved her life.
Yeah, I agree. He essentially prevented her from getting the help that she needed. He didn't just shoot her, he literally allowed her to lay there and die while he tried to hold the cops off.
I feel like cases...
Right. So he shot her. She didn't die immediately, but he shot her with the shotgun, and he shot at the police, but he did not give up until he knew she was dead. Like, he didn't let the police come into the house to get her. I don't know why they should have just sprayed the house until he knew that she had bled out and she was dead. Okay. That happened in Shreveport, I think in 2019. And I was looking at some of his videos before they took it off of Facebook. And even then, his girlfriend, this main girl that he was going back to, her, when you look at some of her pictures, she was a pretty girl too, with a nice shape. Her eyes and stuff would be black sometimes. He was beating the hell out of her. His child's mother, he was beating the hell out of her, and they was letting him get away with it because his sister was a Shreveport police officer. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to see if I can find it. They tried to say that she was calm. She wasn't calm. Look at her face. She was scared. He made her get on there and apologize, but he said he knew he was going to take her out. Look at her face, y'all. She was scared. They tried to say she was calm. That girl was scared, and you could tell she was scared because he told her get on Facebook and apologize to his main chick or whatever. And she got on there and apologized, and she was stuttering. So she was scared. Yeah, I was listening to his interview, and he said he knew when he woke up that morning because that's why he kept saying she had started getting into rap. They said she had, they said she was a hustler. She used to gamble and some more stuff, and she got her money up, and she started paying to get into meetings with people. Her rap career, she was trying to get into a rap career. She had started booking shows for herself around Shreveport. That's the reason why he was saying, "You want to be a star? I'm gonna make you a star." They said she had gotten over him really, and wasn't really bothered about him anymore. Got her another man. They said he tried to disguise it as she said something about his girlfriend when they had already been fighting and going back at it for years. They said he was really mad because she had decided she was not gonna let him use her no more. And that sounds about right. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all. This is it right here.
We should first warn everyone that the video you're about to see may be disturbing. Renita Williams, affectionately called Nunu by family, appeared on a Facebook Live inside a home with an irate Jonathan Robinson behind her. Minutes later, 3 children would lose their mother forever. The Facebook Live starts with Robinson screaming obscenities. Then, there you go, John. Another voice is heard. Someone tries to hand the phone to Jonathan. Who that man is remains a mystery, but Robinson continues with his tirade, screaming, "Give it to her. Give it to her." The phone is fumbled with for a few minutes. It faces the ground. Now, then
Okay, so what he was doing was he made her brother who was in the house give her his phone to get on live Facebook Live and apologize to his girlfriend.
Renita Williams appears with the phone in her hand. A few minutes pass. Robinson reappears over Nunu's shoulder. About the police right now? Nah. Tell you, I don't give a about no police, you heard? Ranting about the police, presumably on their way to the house at that point. Pull up right now. Pull up. Then Robinson opens the door and spots a possible police car outside. Nunu continues her Facebook Live, while another voice is heard faintly through the phone, sounding panicked. Robinson continues to lose his cool. Want to be famous? I'm gonna make you famous. I'm gonna make you famous. Robinson keeps pacing. The door is heard creaking. Everybody want to be famous? Let's be famous today. Jonathan walks behind Nunu, appears to grab something, and then 4 shots, then a 5th, and even a 6th, fired out the door, likely towards police who had the house surrounded. After Robinson fired that 6th shot, he returned inside. Nunu drops the phone and moves out of the frame just before he fires in her direction. The rest of the video we did decide not to show for
Right.
obvious reasons, John.
Yeah, that's so sad. And so that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now he was like 34, but he had a history of violating women, right? You have to watch them when they have a history of violating people, right? And he killed her. She had 3 or 4 children. It's sad. It is. It's sad. And she was 27 years old. And like I said, he made her get on Facebook and go live. She used her brother. That's what her brother. She was blocked. She was blocked on Facebook. You know, because him and his girlfriend, his girlfriend had gotten into it, and so she reported her, and so she couldn't get on Facebook to go live, so she had to use her brother's phone. So he want to make folks think I did that for my girlfriend because she was losing her mind. She been to the mental institution a couple times, and I said I'm gonna protect you. If he was protecting her, why was he going back and forth between them all those years? He was mad because that girl, her friend, said that she had told him she wasn't gonna let him use her no more. He couldn't come and hit and run. And so, like I said, we see a lot of this now. Like it's more prevalent. People getting on Facebook, they so emotionally unstable. So you think you something. This girl was getting into the rap industry. That's why he said, "You want to be famous? I'm gonna make you famous." So that goes to show right there. He was jealous of her moving on and doing good for herself. I just watched this story of a man that took his wife out, strangled her, buried her in concrete. Police found her, and her face made a clear impression in the concrete, and they knew they found her. Oh, wow. Lord have mercy. It's sad. Every time I look at that story, it bothers me a lot. It do. It still bothers me because that's the mentality of a lot of emotionally unstable people now. It is. That's the mentality. That's the reason why I always say, are there any good men or women? Because you got women that lose their minds too, and and do crazy stuff too. you know the even with these men when they call themselves dealing with side chicks, if you know you got something good at home, you don't ever know the stability. These folks are so messed up now. You put in your woman's life in danger all because you want to go do a little freak off or something. Her mind might tell her, if it wasn't for his wife or for his main chick, we could be together. I'm gonna get her out the way. This lady ain't even suspecting nothing. She getting out of her car one day. She's sitting over across the street. She just walk up to the lady or have some little dude in the neighborhood to go and take the lady out. So people got to think about stuff like this, especially with all of this mental illness. And I think a lot of this mental illness, I think it comes from these vaccinations and stuff. I know we ain't supposed to say that on here because I ain't never in my life seen people off of their rockers. But then I guess maybe not, because what's the excuse for these old niggas that's in their 40s and stuff? What's the excuse for them? So that's the reason why I put up there, is being single safer? Yeah, I know everybody wants somebody, but you want somebody, you don't want to get with somebody, and that ends your life. You want to get with somebody that's stable. You want to get with somebody that's mentally stable. DK Daddy says nobody should lose their life just because they want to leave. Yeah, that is that every time I look at that, that bothers me. But unfortunately, that's what's going on now. People don't have any regards. Like, you should never want somebody to love you to death. That's the reason why I say that play, that hey, he just threw me up against the wall. No, he got some violence in him. Um, hey, you might have somebody that might grab your arm. Listen, woman, he'll grab your arm to get your attention, but not snatching all on you. Baby, listen. But throwing you all up against the wall or something like that, y'all, that's unacceptable. It is. Hey, I know I be getting on here, cussing and stuff, but I don't men men that I respect, I don't cuss them out because I don't want them cussing me out. And so people don't have respect for each other anymore either. No respect for life. You shouldn't want somebody that's going to love you to death. And that goes for man or woman. And you have to think about now because of all of the emotional instability. When you step out there and start cheating on your significant other, uh hey, I don't care how good they are in bed, how freaky they are in bed. I mean, you got to worry about, you don't know what kind of mindset they got. You know, you putting your significant other's life in danger. He says, "No love you for life." So that's the reason why I wanted to do a story on that. I hate that the young lady in Memphis lost her life last night. Um, to her 2 days before Christmas, 3 days. Her children are minors. They said she had decorated all around her home and stuff in South Memphis, doing hair over the stove, getting her coins. And it ain't no telling why he took her out. He probably took her out because he wanted some of her. You never know what it was. Anybody that is emotionally unstable like that would do anything. And that's the reason why I be saying to you shouldn't start stuff. Okay, it's one thing when you got somebody that's got a drive, that's got a hunger, they're loyal, and they have a talent, they got a trade. Okay, you can build something together because they say a man that don't work don't eat. I don't recommend women taking in dating men that don't work. He ain't getting no money because a man that's what the Bible said. A man that don't work don't eat and shouldn't get no coochie either. Shit. The excuses for them, they're getting away with doing it and no accountability. That's exactly what it is, Renee. That's what it is. They're getting away with doing they're getting away with doing it. People think they slick now. People think that they are slicker now than even the police. I read this book and I'm gonna take my gal out and all we got to do is cut her fingers off and yeah, because I read that book, sick out of their damn minds. Sick. Anytime you got a bunch of damn drug addicts that think that they can get on YouTube and solve a case, this world is really jacked up. A case that they know nothing about. Now they could solve it if they could solve some of these cases if they was there. And hey, that's what's going on. A lot of these people that are involved, and that's the reason why I say YouTube gonna be looking at one of the biggest lawsuits that there ever was. A lot of these people that's out here taking folks out is getting on YouTube now to try and change the narrative and witness tamper and all of that. They know a lot about these cases because they was involved. Protection orders are a joke. It just makes the abuser angrier. I agree. and rejection makes them angrier. She thinks you're gonna put a protection order on me. I own her. You probably ain't even never. Some of these folks you ain't never met a day in your life, and that's the reason why I say the internet is a blessing and a curse, because we get on here and we fellowship with each other and stuff, and hey, we might even like each other as much as we can based on what we know just from behind a screen. But people become, so a lot of people are mentally ill. They try and attach themselves to you, and that's when they start doing like demonic, evil, sadistic stuff, like hiring hackers to try to watch you in your house, and trying to get your information, paying folks that's got systems to get your information so they can sit outside your house. That's the reason why I say that you don't. People talk about, yeah, I'm big, I'm bad, I'm this and I'm that, but you have to protect yourself, because no sick person, yeah, you got your weapons and stuff, and we already know you're gonna splatter their brains all over the damn ground, right? Or whatever damn food they sent out to come to your house, right? But what you have to do is, no junkie, no sick, sadistic, mentally ill person is worth you going through anything. Folks don't believe in going to the police. I ain't going through no trouble for nobody when I put their brains on the ground. It's gonna already be documented. And people forgetting that. They letting folks mess their lives up that's trying to screw them over. You put them niggas on paper, so when you have to take them down, because when they can't leave you alone, you're going to have to take them down, them or they people. You ain't going to have to go do a day. Cecilia says, hi, Paula. I lived it with my mother going through DV, and my father and my mother finally woke up when my mother almost lost her life in 1981, and God stepped in and saved my mother's life. A lady I used to work with at the sheriff's office talked about how, like back in like 1960 something, she always remembered her father would get drunk on the weekends and he would come in, and she said that her father was mentally ill, but her father would come in and he would always get his gun when he would come in drunk. He would come in and say to her mama, yeah, tonight, I'm gonna kill you tonight. And she said, so her mother would always run, and what would stop him, this how he wasn't that crazy. She would always pick up one of the babies or whatever that would make him put the gun down. And she said she would, as kids, her and her older siblings would run into the bedroom and stand in front of their mother too. And she said this particular night, and I think it messed with her. She said, I don't know why we didn't get up out the bed. And she's a lot older than me. She said, I don't know why we didn't get up out the bed. I don't know why. But my daddy came in and said, yeah, tonight, I'm going to get you tonight. And she said, normally we get up. And she said, normally my mother would run into the room and pick up one of the, she had twin siblings, pick up one of the, and they were little babies. She said she didn't do that. And I don't know why we didn't get up out the bed and go stand in front of my mama. She said, and then we heard the gun go off. And then she said, the last thing I heard my mother say was, you shot me. And my dad said, I didn't shoot you, but I will shoot you. And then when the gun went off again, she said, I never heard my mother again. And then, stuff like that mess people up. You know what I mean? But she said that he had been beating her the whole time, but then he had gotten to a point, because she said her mother was one of those real passive, quiet people, right? And because of his abuse, and a lot of men like doing this, they feel like if I harass her enough, that's the reason why you have to kill him. Because I don't get me started. You have to go ahead and kill them kind, okay? If I harass her enough, if I violate her enough, okay, I'll make her submit to me. A lot of them don't even know you. It's just that in their mind they want to own you, right? This is the type of stuff that we dealing with now, especially with dealing with this internet, right? And so she said her mother learned to not say anything. She never said a whole lot because she didn't want to trigger her father into beating her. And so she said, but for some reason in the back of his head, he felt like her mother was the enemy. So when he would start coming home, he would get drunk and start coming home. It went from beating her mother into submission. Her mother didn't give him a reason because she didn't say nothing, right? She said it wasn't like she ever talked back anyways, but just anything she said, rather it was okay. She didn't say okay, right, or something like that. So she learned just not to talk. It went from that to, well, she ain't giving me no reason to beat the hell out of her, to he would walk in, get the gun and say, okay, tonight you're gonna die, until he finally did it. And so people are playing with stuff like that. Like I don't play like that. I don't care how dramatic you think I am. If I say I don't, it's one thing that I don't like and I take very seriously. When I was working for the police department, I was there for 18 years. I saw this stuff. They had domestic violence bureaus, right? That's the reason why I know, like, when people are violators, I could just about tell just by how they talk and what they say and what they do, when they're dangerous and they have this sadisticness as it relates to women. Even before I found out some of these dudes on that's got some of these YouTube pages with pedophiles, I already knew it before I ever even started looking into it. I already knew, just based on when I started finding out who it was behind this trolling and stuff, and then the police started looking into their backgrounds and stuff. I already knew it based on a lot of the shit that they were saying. Oh, be quiet, you crying, men that harass women. And that's the reason why I say women need to also take classes, because they give classes on stuff like that. We've had to get certifications on stuff like that. Even me, as being an investigator, like when men say certain stuff, or women, you already know what they're capable of. You already know when they're violators, when they harass you, and then you screaming on every rooftop about this motherfucker won't leave me alone. Stop crying. That's a killer right there, that you have to already make up your mind that you're gonna leave his brains on the ground. Okay. So, but you have to get the paperwork and let it be known that this motherfucker is sick and obsessed with you, so you won't mess your life up when you leave it splattered. But you got to make up your mind that you're gonna splatter it, or any nigga that because now people are so easy to be sent out. So they think that they smart. Well, I ain't gonna go do it because I'm smart. I got a bunch of imps around me that I can send out. I heard a vlogger say one time, I got people that'll lay down for me, and if them motherfuckers come back to my house, they gonna lay down because I'm gonna lay them down, bitch. They already on paper, hoe. That motherfucker sitting up on that panel with you, bitch. I'm waiting on you to turn that camera on, hoe, because I know that's the one that you sent to my house, bitch. I'm gonna lay that bitch ass nigga down if my cousins don't lay him down, because he right here in Memphis. Okay? But it's harassment. And it's a damn shame, okay, that you got men letting other men that come out the sewer send them out, but they already have histories of violating. If you check their background, all they got history of murdering women. It's men that shouldn't even be on YouTube. They got histories of taking women out. That's the reason why I say, y'all, that YouTube gonna be looking at a lot. So a lot of these motherfuckers already up under investigation. They're pedophiles. They get on YouTube because they involved in trafficking. Okay? And so they have their pickings, because you got a lot of children, y'all, that are on YouTube with their YouTube pages. It's innocent, but a pedophile ain't got no business on YouTube. So that's the reason why I say, y'all, hey, you could stay single, but in a lot of these instances, y'all, folks just look at you and decide that they want to attach themselves to you. And I'm serious. That's the reason why when folks talk about, well, I don't like the police, a lot of this stuff, because I'm gonna tell you something about a lot of these folks that violate. They'll go and look at the laws, and then they'll jump on their damn YouTube pages or stand on every street corner and say, well, I done read the law. They can't do nothing to me unless I do this. So I can do just this. I can do just enough to you. But if I don't go this far, motherfucker, are you strong enough in your mind to leave somebody alone that don't want you attached to them? Is your mind strong enough to do that? No, because I got a right to attach myself to her. I'm just fixated on her. Bitch, you mentally ill, hoe. You'll take a woman out. Why is you messing with women or men that don't want you a part of their life, you fuck bitch ass nigga? Because you sick. Because no mentally stable person is going to even want to bother with a person that don't want nothing to do with them. That's when you know that they mentally ill. Okay? That's when you know that they're mentally ill. Mentally unstable people don't know how to do anything but try and cause problems with other people. You ain't even got no business being concerned. As much as we love our kids, you ain't even got no business being concerned with somebody else's life 24/7. I don't care if you is making $1 off of it. It ain't normal. You have to be consumed with your own life. Trying to live your own life takes enough energy. So it takes a special kind of sicko to be consumed with somebody else all the time. And they get a pleasure. A lot of them get a nut. This how they get their nuts. Yeah, I had got them mad. Ooh, they might be laying right next to their woman. Oh, it's just something about her. I never met her. I know she hate me. I know I never meet her. But as soon as they know that they got your attention and they keep violating you, and anybody get tired of somebody violating, ooh, I can nut now. Ooh, I got her attention. That's exactly how sick a lot of these folks are. Okay? That's how sick a lot of them are. So is it better just being single? We're going to get back to that. It's something about seeing Renita, and I don't know, it just bothered me. It got me to thinking about like a lot of these violators, y'all. And I wonder, like, I mean, what's wrong with us as adults, y'all? Because, as adults, okay, we're supposed to be protectors of children, right? We're supposed to be protectors of children. But yet, okay, but yet we will egg. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Ooh, I mean, just come everywhere in their damn hand. Got a woman laying right next to her. Ooh, I got her attention. I got her off. Baby, I got to go in the restroom, use the restroom. Ooh, I mean, just come everywhere in their damn hand. It just gets them off when they sick. Okay? Oh my God. Y'all know I'm telling the truth on these people. Lord have mercy. But as adults, we're supposed to be protectors of children, right? It ain't no reason why we should be we're not even supposed to be supporting. We're not even supposed to be supporting nobody that has a history of violations against children. We ain't even supposed to be supporting that. But I mean, you got people that get up and go to work every day that let folks that let folks send them out to violate. Some of these people came straight up out the sewer, and a lot of these other people are the ones with the resources, and they let them jeopardize their livelihoods. I don't understand it. Because one thing I do know, because I grew up around street dudes, I grew up around real gorillas and gangsters. Okay, they don't bother with no women, and they don't want no woman that don't want them. They always had money. Okay, well she don't want me no more. I go pay for me another one. That's how they think. A friend of mine daughter showed him pictures of her face lumped up. She was in the process of moving in with her father. He unalived her mother. She moved in 2019. Oh my God. That's so sad. Laughing and kicking with a man. Frown at their woman. Stupid as hell. Yeah, those the real G's. That's what I grew up around. So they wouldn't ready to put their hand on no woman. They made their women respect. They knew to respect them. They was not going to tolerate no disrespect. And even if they did something and she was hollering and screaming because he was messing up or something like that, he wasn't gonna do nothing, get up and walk away. He gonna leave. He ain't gonna stand there like a sissy and argue and scream back with her. Don't no real men do that. Not even for no coins. Nah, man, that's too sissified for me. My end that I can't get down like that. You gonna have to give me another role. Okay. I don't know how they lay with they beat up wife, but they do it. They feel like if they beat their women and then say I'm sorry, that's how you know they sick with their woman eye swollen up and everything. They feel like I told her I was sorry. You hear some men say that I told her I was sorry, motherfucker. You just beat your woman up. I ain't never been able to stand no man that want to fight women. Yeah, we gonna get the fighting, and you don't have no real men around them to say, nigga, what? Yeah, I'm fed me and her. Oh, she running her mouth too much. Yeah, me and her. I'm getting ready. We get ready to get the jacket. Nigga, use a sissy. Cause men and women are built differently. I don't care how much strength she got. Men and women are built differently. Don't no man get the fighting with no woman. You know what, Benjamin? They do it all the time. You've had men to beat their women. There have been men. Oh, y'all, I'll never forget when I was working for felony response. I'll never forget this. I was working for felony response. This man beat his girlfriend so bad. And that's why I know it's a lot of women got low self-esteem. Her neighbors were witnesses next door. He beat her, he stomped her. She couldn't even come to down to the investigative unit to give no statement because he had stomped and beat her so bad. They said she looked like something out of a horror movie. Don't you know she tried to call felony response and you could hear it in her voice. And my neighbors testified. The neighbors gave a statement. He beat her so bad and said that when his first time beating her like that. That girl called down there telling me my neighbor's lying on him and tried to say it was something else that had happened to her. The officer said, "No, you a lie. This nigga beat you." My friend daughter showed him. They be proud of it, saying, "Yeah, I beat her." Yeah, it's a lot of men be proud to say that. It makes them feel macho to beat up their women or to beat up any woman. It make them feel macho to talk bad to women. They scared to talk bad to a man. You notice some men when they get mad, how they might be mad at another man, But they'll take their anger out on the woman. They'll find a woman to mess with. Another man been and said something. Let's just say a man got exposed. It's been 2-3 men to expose him. Okay. But then they'll try to take their anger out on their woman because they feel like that's safer. Then they get mad at the women for doing what's necessary to make sure they go to jail. She police, motherfucker. I told you I was police, bitch, when you was violating me, ho. But they don't want to go and deal with nothing that's supposed to be their equal. You know why they don't want to? Because a lot of them, those men ain't their equal. They the man that's wanting to take his frustrations out on a woman is a sissy. That's the reason why they won't go up against no other man, because they ain't equal to no other man, because them other men are more than likely real men. They ain't taking dick up the ass. Okay, they ain't secretly sucking no dick. Excuse my French. Why, Renee, that's awful. We have to say F. We love them and protect ourselves and family. I just don't get how being toxic is attractive. It's not at all. But men that would treat good be boring. No, men that treat women good are not boring. Women be wanting good men to treat them right. I think some men that are providers feel like if they're providers, well, I'm a provider, they feel like they're not supposed to be emotionally because I'm a provider, then it's okay for me to be emotionally abusive or psychologically abusive, because you know folks like to play games. He said, why are lesbian couples the most violent? You know what? I heard that. What's your name? Sansi? I heard that lesbian couples are very violent. That's what I heard. I heard that lesbian couples are very violent, but you know, we can't group all lesbians and put all lesbians in that group. You know what I mean? Because well, let me just say this. I'm not gonna say all lesbian couples are violent. I won't say that about them. But I have heard that when lesbians get into it, that they are very violent. Okay. Just like I'm not gonna say that, you know, gay couples are very, you know, gay men that are couples are very violent. Okay. Sansi said, yes, we can. Yes, we can. What, Sansi? Why are lesbian couples the most violent? Sansi says, yes. So are you saying that you're violent, Sansi? Gay couples have the least what? Gay couples have the least what, Sansi? Because we don't know. Now, Tam, I gotta disagree, Queen. Y'all like bad boys. So you're saying gay couples have the least violence? Well, you just said, why are gay couples violent? Did you say why are gay couples very violent? Maybe I read it wrong. Let me go back up. I don't see it no more, Sansi. I thought you said, why are gay couples very violent? You did. You said, why are gay couples the most violent? That's what you said. But now you're saying that gay couples are the least violent. Which one is it? Renee says, all right, those all gay men. So are you saying gay men are the least violent? Oh, so you're saying gay women are more violent and gay men are less violent. That's what you're saying? I don't know, Sancy. Maybe that's being stereotypical. when it comes to domestic violence, now when me talking about men and women, that's not stereotypical, Sansi, because we see more men, on it's on record that more men abuse women. I don't know anything. I don't mean no harm, but I don't know anything about the gay community other than I've heard, that the women when they get to fighting, they fight like men. Now that's what I heard. Now it don't mean they're violent. I don't know though. So are you saying gay men are less violent because they're feminine? Renee says, write those ones that are the providers. We hear about men on women. We hear about men on women. Well, I mean, the statistics show it too, that the numbers are higher of men beating women. Are you trying to refute me on that? Because I'm trying to get an understanding of where you're coming from, Stancy. Because I've never seen you in here before. And I see you got a taco as your thing. I'm just trying to get an understanding of where you're coming from. Since this is your first time in here. Conscious Soul says that but some men aren't used to women actually caring about them. They're used to women that don't give a right. But then when they get a good woman that actually care about them, okay, they don't know how to treat them. I have to say, and this is just my opinion. I don't really think men want good women. I think they want to use good women for advancement, and I'm talking about as far as if they're good, and they might want them when their asses get old. But okay, y'all don't take this personally, okay? But I think men need to rethink that. They want to play and give all their good years to whores and porn stars and prostitutes. And then when they start getting older in their 50s and they have to get on Viagra and they can't keep they damn hard and stuff up, then they want to come back and give the good woman what they got left. Hell no, I don't want it either. You can't stay up. I mean, you didn't wore yourself out, skeeting. You done did the skeet and wore your ass out with all the whores. And then you want to give a good woman and have her to give you her all, but give her what you got left over. Okay? Excuse my French, but I don't know no other way to put it. Little Taco, is you still in here? I'm trying to get an understanding. I've never seen you in here before. Okay? But y'all, that's what's going on. And I'm serious. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Yeah, that's messed up. That's the reason why I be telling these men they need to go ahead and get on their Geritol. Go ahead and get on your Geritol. And don't be trying to give a good woman, well, I got a good gal, but I ain't ready to really settle down yet. I want to sow my wild oats. Motherfucker, you 50. You 45. Okay, your nature starts to go down now as you get older. So you want to skeet all over somebody else until you can't get it up to skeet no more. And then when your ass tired and wore out, now, baby, I'm ready to settle down. Motherfucker, you can't even stay up in bed. So you want to give me what's left over after I done been a good woman to you. You knew I was a good woman, so you want to put me on reserve. Now, damn you. I want a man that's going to let me go get me somebody that he could skeet until he can't skeet no more, starting from when he can skeet all the way until he can't skeet no more. Okay? Sassy, what are you talking about? Women are what? Conscious soul, I don't mean no harm, but a man is gonna always get off on a woman. It's not a woman don't necessarily get hers from a man. Ronald said he don't have that problem. Some men think women are just resources. Right. They don't treat women right. They think women are for sex and to make sure that their life is to make their life better. But she's supposed to take whatever he put down. Mm-mm. She's supposed to be miserable. I don't know why people feel like long suffering. That makes a woman a good woman to go through all that long suffering and stuff. I'm not gonna long suffer for no man. Either you want me or you don't. Cause it's men out there, it's men out, it's good men out there, but a lot of women and a lot of men have allowed somebody to put them on reserve until they decide and use them up and make them bitter until they decide that okay, now I'm tired. I'm just, you hear folks said I'm just tired. I'm just tired. My body don't work like it used to. I didn't had my fun. I'm just ready. I guess I'll go and marry her. And women allow them to do it. I ain't good enough to get your good years. I'm not good enough to get your good years. But you want me to have you back in your old years after you done wore yourself down with somebody else. Okay. No, it don't work like that. DK Daddy says, and men don't want no toilet bowl coochie woman either. These women out here running, yet these women letting these men run through them. You right. They are. I had two one night stands in my life. Sansa says, usually in a whole phase during her more attractive years, they try to settle down when they aren't as attractive. That's true. Sansi, that goes both ways. You're right. It goes both ways with women and with men. You're right. I agree. Ronald says he dealt with 11 women his whole life. Wow. That's not a lot of women. I don't guess. It's not a lot. It's not a lot at all. Cecilia says, "DK Daddy, you better speak that truth." Right. A lot of young girls now are not preserving themselves. A lot of women, they feel like having fun is screwing. I ain't never known. I've never. I don't see what's so fun about letting any and everybody run up in you. They consider that fun. Fun is going out on a date, having fun, having conversation, and I've always felt that way. Okay, baby, I'm going home or whatever, talking on the phone, laughing, having intellectual conversation, letting folks jump up and down in you and wear your body out. I don't see what's fun about that. Allowing all those different spirits to go up in you. Listen, that's the reason why I've been celibate. The I feel like I had always said that I wanted to see what it was like with a few men, and then I wanted to get married. But hey, at this point, now I've talked to quite a few men, but I've only been sexually intimate with 7. I'm not gonna be having, and I'm not talking about you, Ronald, but I mean I'm not gonna be having no 15 and 20 men, no history of having sex with no 15, 20, 10 men. That's a lot of different damn spirits. I refuse to do it. So that's the reason why I got my stuff on lockdown. If I'm good enough to lay with, I'm good enough to marry. Um OG Snake Spotter says people play games till they can't play them no more. It's weird now. I know my worth as well. Right, that's good. And I'm glad. When men know their worth, they get them a woman that's worth something and they make each other happy. The yoke is always going to be equal. You ain't going to have to stalk them. You're not going to have to do none of that. Yeah, it's a lot of girls got high body counts. I'm gonna tell y'all another thing that people are doing, that girls doing. They feel like, and y'all, this right here is one of the sickest things I've ever heard. They feel like putting their mouth on a man, giving him, you know what? They'll turn around and say, "Well, I ain't even have to give him none. He ain't getting none of my PUSSY. I just sucked him off." Y'all, what is this world done come to? Y'all, I mean, this world is just done come to. I don't know what's going on. Cecilia said these young ladies were screwing men that they met on these dating apps. Those young women need to have better respect for themselves, right? And they go missing too, because a lot of predators are getting on dating apps, and a lot of these human trafficking rings have set up on dating apps. You don't never even see them no more. I guess they feel like there's something to brag about. Girl, I effed him. I effed him, baby. I went and yeah, I did this, I did that with him. I got another little nigga. I'm doing. I mean, it ain't nothing cool about that. And these young ladies need to know that. They are. They are. It's a lot of these young girls that's nasty. I'm gonna tell y'all something. You ought to see how some of these folks look when you pull up at these fast food restaurants. I'm gonna tell you something. Like if I'm on the go or something, I pull up at a fast food restaurant and I see girls working in there with long fingernails, real long fingernails and stuff. If I look into if I see it before I pay for my food, I'll say, you know what? I done left my money and stuff at home. I done left my card at home. I mean, it's just nasty. They look like they been up all night. They damn uniform and stuff ain't ironed. It don't look clean. Look like they just got up and kept going. Ain't washed no ass, no face, no nothing. And they standing at a fast food restaurant with them long ass nails on them long eyelashes. I don't want to eat from there. I agree, Andrew. You're right. Especially black women, Andrew. Conscious Soul says here in Birmingham, nobody's looking for love. Everyone trying to get over and only want financial gain. Nobody's getting together because they genuinely like the person. That's sad. I can't imagine going through life not being attracted to the person that I'm with, not even being attracted to their intellect, because they're right there. I love it when I could talk to a guy and he's intellectual and able to just identify on any conversation. It's something real sexy about that. He ain't trying to act like he too good. He ain't trying to act like he's some, got some doctorate's degree. He just a down to earth, cool, regular guy that knows how to conversate. That's sexy. He ain't overly emotional. He ain't ignorant. Men and women are sleeping around these days. It takes two to tank. I agree. That's right, Renee. You're right. So this is the reason why I say, because people get together, a person can change their minds. I think sometimes, and that's what's going on in some of these relationships. You get with a person and y'all together, and then you might decide, you know what, this right here, it ain't what I thought it was gonna be. I wanna, I don't want to do this no more. Hey, it may hurt the other person. You might think that it's messed up, but a person got a right to change their mind. You know what? This ain't what I want. I thought it was what I wanted. Initially, I like you, but this right here ain't it. A person got a right to do that. It might hurt your core, but a lot of people don't understand the best get back is to just go on and boss up. A lot of these people saying, no, I'm going to take this MF out, men and women. They rather see the person dead than to move on with their life. You don't own that person. So that's why I say people, and when I say people that's got something to lose, and I put myself in that category, I ain't talking about I'm this rich person that's got all this money. Because I'm not. I'm talking about people that get out and work. Everyday people that get out and work for what they want. Hell, you got something to lose if you working every day. You got a house, you got an apartment, you got a car note, you got children, you got something to lose. So when I say that, I'm talking about those types of people when they got something to lose. They don't want to be get tied up with some maniac, somebody that turned out to be a maniac, somebody that turned out to be real ignorant. You don't want that in your life. So that's why I said, is it safer to just be single? Because people now, y'all, I don't know if it's that they don't know how to let go. Is that what it is? They don't know how to let go, or are they just being dirty and if they just emotionally unstable and saying, if I gotta let go, I'm taking them out. Is that what's going on? I agree, conscious soul. It's too late in the game to be wasting time with a person that just want to F or who's not on the same page. Absolutely. Hey, you have to get to know a person. You might think that they cool initially. Okay, we done went out a few times. Okay, now I see this. Hey, because one thing about what's in you gonna come out. You'll start seeing the signs if you start paying attention. That's the reason why you're not supposed to go into stuff telling folks all your business. And that's the reason why you're supposed to get real skeptical when people go out of their way to try and find out everything about you. Ain't nobody got no business trying to snoop and find out nothing about you. I want to know where they live. I want to know where their mama. If a person don't tell you where they live and you trying to pay people and do research on trying to find out where they live at, you got a mental illness. That's a person that must be watched. You ain't got no business wanting to know where a person lay their head if they ain't told you. If they don't tell me, I don't want to know. Evidently, they don't want me to know where they lay their head. And if you ain't never met them and you ain't got no parts in their life and never will be, you show sick. You's a sick motherfucker. What you look like trying to know something about somebody that you ain't in their life, would never be a part of their life. You sick. You a stalker. You mentally ill. And so people like that have to be reported. They have to be put on paper because you're gonna have to blow out that computer dome at some point. You already know how they're getting down. Rolling Stones put Sexy Red Ski Yee as song of the year. It's really sad that they elevate that because that's the type of energy that they want to promote into the atmosphere. That's the reason why I'm real big on listening to like all of the old music, like the 70s and 80s, because it had some substance to it. The vibration was different. You don't hear people singing about love no more. All they talking about is getting $40, getting your money, screwing. They don't want to promote that energy, that love energy anymore. They're not going to even promote an artist that sing about love, making people care about each other and tapping into that emotion, because that's not what they want into the atmosphere. They want everybody to go out and be fucking on each other and get AIDS. Hell. And then the pharmaceutical companies win. Screw a raw. I remember a time they didn't even promote that. You gonna meet a woman and then go up in a raw? That's something that they're promoting and putting into the atmosphere, right? So the pharmaceutical companies can win when you land in a hospital with AIDS. Um, God himself gonna have to sit on my lap and say, that's him right there, sweetheart. I'm gonna tell y'all who I've been really digging lately, and I've been listening to their music, and I had slept on them, and that is the Dramatics. I had never listened to the Dramatics like that. Y'all know that guy, that other guy sing that Me and Mrs. Jones. I didn't even like that song, Me and Mrs. Jones. When that guy from the 70s, the first guy sang it, I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. I just didn't love it. But when I was just on YouTube, just going through YouTube, and I was looking at, I don't know how I started listening to the Dramatics, and they sang Me and Mrs. Jones, and I mean they really put a soulful sound onto it. Like I've been listening to a lot of their music has been remade, and I'm like, dog, like, yeah, go outside in the rain, toast to the fool. They got another song called Sagittarius. I forgot that song. Virgo. I mean, yeah, Billy Paul. I didn't like it when Billy Paul sang it. But then the Dramatics remade it and put it out like a few years after he did in the 70s. And that was because two of the guys from the Dramatics actually produced the song and arranged it for Billy Paul. And they decided to remake it. And oh my God, they sound so much better singing it. They put a soulful thing on it. I be listening to them every day. I love Barry White. That's one of my favorite artists. Like Barry White wrote some hits. Okay, I love him. Um, Gristle Hardaway said the SOS band. I like the SOS band, but the Dramatics, Barry White. I like the Temptations, but people like of course y'all know I love, oh yeah, Curtis Mayfield. Luther came in the 80s, but what's it? Oh, Roberta Flack. Oh my God. But I love, I'm gonna tell y'all, the OJs is definitely my favorite group. They sit right up there with Barry White, the OJs and Barry White. I love the OJs. Music like that, even when I started listening to the 80s music, because see, I learned about the 70s music from listening to my grandma and them. But like the 80s music, I can remember that music growing up as a little girl. And it's something about when I started hearing that beat from the 80s, the tempo is different, the vibration is different. It just makes you happy. Like I get up and start cleaning up, and it just reminds me of like my childhood. Like, oh my God, I love this song. Growing up, we're playing basketball, like stuff like that. I go, dog, that remind me of the 80s. It just automatically like just pump me up. They don't, yeah, Renee and Angela, they don't play stuff. They're not going to even promote an artist that put love and respect and loving each other and being in love and marriage and stuff like that. Not in the R&B. Now they probably doing in the country sector because they don't promote in the country sector with the white folks that they promote in the sector for the black folks. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And all the producers are the damn same. They just promote the country music. You don't even see the rockers doing what a lot of these black folks doing. You see the rockers, they have on wigs, lipstick, singing all that devil stuff, screaming and going on, and then they promote marriage in their community. They go home to their wives and their kids. They promote being a baby mama in our community, and they get white folks like Kim Kardashian and them to make it popular. They date all the black men, get black babies, put their black asses in a goddamn sunken place, and then after they get rich, they go back to dating black men. I mean white men. I don't mean no harm, but I just had to put it like that. Okay. Rick James. I like Rick James too. I like Rick James. Oh, Anita Baker was one of my favorite artists in the 90s. Like like when I was, and I guess I just had an old soul, like in the 80s and in the early 90s, every year for Christmas, one of my Christmas gifts would be a cassette tape. of Anita Baker. Like I know all of her songs on her albums. Like I know all of the ones that were not released. I know all of the songs. She was definitely one of my favorite artists. Y'all see the Kanye look-alike? Y'all can't see any difference in their looks. Mm-mm. Yeah, I listened to Bobby Blue Bland. I was listening to him the other day. I like Members Only, Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City. He got another song. Um, You Got to Hurt Before You Hear. He got a lot of bangers. I like Bobby Blue Bland. I like Tyrone Davis. Because my grandma used to have that. That's when they had that round disc player. I wish we had kept it with the needle on it. She had all of those albums. Tyrone Davis. I like him. I love Johnny Taylor. I was listening to him the other day when I was cleaning up and stuff. I never liked Freddie Jackson. I don't know why I didn't like him, but I never liked his music. I don't know why I didn't like Freddie Jackson. I like El DeBarge. I like Prince. I never heard of Johnny Guitar Watson. Um, Ronald Grace, yeah, Luther is the man. Luther done created a lot of babies, and I don't think they give Luther his props like they should. She said Melba Moore, Shalimar. Oh, I love Shalimar. I did. I love them. Hmm. Yeah, I like the Whispers. Vanity was cool. That was cool. They never put out but like what, one hit? That was cool. Who else do I be listening to? Because I got a Frankie Beverly and Maze. I love to listen to their stuff on YouTube when they singing live. I'm gonna tell y'all my favorite album that they did, and I be listening to it. I was listening to it day before yesterday when I was washing and stuff. I like when they did in 1981. Frankie Beverly and Maze did live in New Orleans, and as a matter of fact, they got the video. Frankie Beverly live in New Orleans. Oh my God! In 1981, that I'm telling you, it's banging. It is like the band was. I mean, the band was just off of the chain. It was. They did that. Look at California. Oh, I'm telling you, that's the best one. Zap and Roger. Yep. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Play a little bit of it. Let me see. Uh, I don't know. Yeah, it was in 1980. I thought it was 81. It was in 1980. That's when black people knew how to get together. That's before they brought crack on in. Yeah, that's the best one. That's live in New Orleans in 1980. I'm telling y'all, y'all gonna like that. They video recorded it. They also did an album on it. That is the best one. The sound, the band was on point. The music was just, oh, perfection. One look at California the bomb.
How y'all Southern girls doing out there?
That's the best one. Like you turn that on like the one that's 1980 live in New Orleans. I think they did another one in New Orleans, but the one from 1980. I mean, they was jamming. Like I said, the band was just awesome. I think this is my favorite song they got right here.
Aha! Yeah! Yeah!
So y'all know they be hating on me. We can't play but some of it. He said it makes me cry because I'm from there. I mean, that is the best one. Y'all get the opportunity to go pull it up on YouTube. Frankie Beverly and Mays live in New Orleans in 1980. Oh my God. Like I said, the band was off of the chain. I love great bands. I love great bands. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to stop playing it. I tell you, I love that kind of music. Oh yeah, I love Minnie Riperton and Vesta. I was looking at Vesta's story. They said that the quote unquote Illuminati or something did something to Vesta because she was demanding more money or something. They had put her in messed up contracts. Um, they said that because they said that she took. They tried to say that she unalived herself, right? And then they didn't talk because Vesta had a powerful voice, and they didn't talk no more about Vesta being, her supposedly taking, unaliving herself. But I like Vesta. She had that hit song, Congratulations. I'm saying, like, even as kids in the late 80s and early 90s, we could feel that Congratulations. That song. That's a hit. They don't even talk about her. They don't even pay homage to her, nothing. So it makes me think the industry did do something to her. Because when they do you in, they make sure that they kind of, as my dad used to say, they black you out, like what the media does. My dad will say they won't talk bad about you. They just black you out when they don't want us to know something. That means they don't talk about you. And when you're out of sight, you out of mind. Yeah, I like Angela Winbush. I like when she sang with Renee. That's true. Girl, what you say? We used to be on the green tank singing. Girl, I mean, those were the songs. Like, even when I like a lot of those songs, when I hear them, especially from the 80s, I go, oh my God, it remind me when I was growing up in the projects in Clementine in the 80s. Like, those were, like, people thought that when I was I was a little girl living in South Memphis in Clementine. Like, when they hear about that, they go, "You must have had a bad. You must have had a childhood where you lacked." We if we was poor, we didn't know it. We had fun. It was more family oriented. We were playing. We were able to be children. Those thugs that hung out in the projects, they didn't do anything. If they were selling dope, anything, they wouldn't do it around us. They protected the kids. If they didn't let just anybody, you weren't gonna come into the projects and snatch no child, because them thugs were always out. Everybody knew each other. They weren't gonna let you come up in there and do nothing to no kids or no women. Yeah, I like Ruben Stutter. Yeah, I love Patti LaBelle too. My favorite song that she's got is "The Right Kind of Lover." I like that song. He's the right kind of lover for me. I said that he's the right height and the right build. He goes to work every day, and the man pays all my bills. Comes home in the evening. He might be moving slow, but girls, I'm here to tell you the man can go, go, go. I love this song. Y'all know I'm quoting it. I can remember it. I never heard of Hal and Oates. Yeah, I like Michael McDonald. I don't know why. As a little girl, I had a crush on Michael McDonald. I don't know why. Cecilia says Ness Vesta Williams. She had a powerhouse voice. Vesta used to sing background for Shaka Khan. Wow. We played Congratulations in the band at Bethune Cookman University. Wow. Oh man, Anita Baker. I love Anita Baker. I know all of her songs. Like I said, I had an old soul because when I'm 9, 10, 11 years old, every year on my Christmas list, I got a cassette tape. That was one of the things I got. I got her new cassette tape every single year. And I know all of her old songs. I know adults playing cards, fish fries, and kids playing. And like I said, we were made to stay in a child's place. And you know, we were allowed to have a childhood. We was allowed to have a childhood. And that's what pisses me off now. I feel like, when you have men lusting over kids and stuff like that, these kids are not allowed to have childhoods. It's a shame that a child can't even play without a man lusting, a grown, old, rusty, crusty nigga lusting over the child. But to each his own. But I don't agree with parents though. Like I don't like. Well, I don't agree with parents putting their children and like their little girls in these pageants where they're competing, with other kids like that. They having to put on bathing suits. They got on lipstick. Like they 6, 7 years old. I don't agree with that. 9, 10 years old. I think that's too much stress to put on a child because it ain't for the child. It's for the damn mama. She ought to be ashamed of herself. She's trying to live her life through her child, putting all that pressure on her child. The whole time you got pedos there looking at the child. I like for kids to be able to be children. I was able to be a child. I don't have no bad childhood memories. I don't, you know, because we grew up, I don't. And when we moved out of the projects, I'm gonna tell you something. Growing up in the hood for the first part of my life, because we lived in the hood in the projects until I was 12. It helped to balance me out because it was like a shock to me because we went from like the hood to Hollywood, right? So we moved out of the projects and then we moved to the area that my mother lives in now. So that was a whole different environment, a whole different scenery. And so I started going to a school where the girls and stuff was stuck up and they families always had money and stuff. And they were really they were stuck up. And so I always could identify with the kid that it helped to balance me out because I never turned my nose up at the outcast or the child or the student that was not so popular that would sit at the table by themselves. Sometimes I would go sit with them. Like, oh, don't sit with her. Don't. She stink. She this, she that. I'm like, no, no, because I came out. You hear how she talk. When they would turn their nose up at people. Like I never did that because I had just grew up in the projects around a whole lot of people until I was 12. That and still have family and still do have family that live in South Memphis. That had nothing. So it helped to balance me out. I never turned my nose up at nobody. So I was able to identify with everybody. But growing up in the projects, those were the best years. We had so much freaking fun. I promise you. I promise you. We were bad. We was definitely bad, but we respect our elders. We knew better. These industry folks want their kids to go to college while yours crash out. That's exactly what they want. These industry people, you're right, Demon. They want their kids to go to college while your kids crash out. They want to use your kids to go and take out their competition so that they feel like this going to help them to provide a better life for their children. I was born in the projects, not a hospital. Oh wow. I was hurt when they tore the projects down that I was grew up in. Like when I ride past there now, sometimes like if I have to like go on a job or something and I have to go into South Memphis, I don't not unless I'm in a real rush. Sometimes like I'll take if I'm coming out of Mississippi, I'll take Elvis Presley all the way through South Memphis. I promise you one time I was on my way. I had to go downtown Memphis, and I went all the way down Elvis Presley, and I was like, let me go through Norris and see, and go back Corey. And I think they've changed the names of the schools and stuff, but like those areas are still pretty nice because a lot of the teachers and stuff had lived around those areas, the black teachers and stuff. And I just get so emotional when I look at the church. We used to cut and go through the woods in the back of the church, cut through the church a lot. I think they put a gate around it when we was walking back to the projects from school. And we went to school. We had to walk to school no matter how cold it was. Okay, so if they didn't say, stay at home, school is out, we was walking. But we would be laughing and joking and playing so hard. I mean, before you know it, we was at home. But I think from Clementine to Norris was like, it seemed like a long walk. I think it was like a mile and a half. That's how we was able to stay in shape and stuff. We could drink all that Kool-Aid with all that sugar in it, but they putting something in it now to when you eat sugary stuff, it takes your sugar all the way up. It's something that they're putting into it so that you can become a diabetic. I ain't fooled because folks been drinking Kool-Aid with all types of sugar, and we used to pour a whole damn bag of sugar in Kool-Aid and then never get no damn diabetes. They said what happened to us as people is it lack of discipline. I agree, Ronald, the lack of discipline. I agree 100%. No respect. I understand that there have been single mothers and stuff since the beginning of time, but still black people still had like this family orientation. You got folks slamming out their own family members and stuff now, their own neighbors. When people did dirt, they didn't do dirt inside of their community, like inside of their neighborhood. They would go do dirt outside their neighborhood because they had respect for people that they had grown up around. That was just like family. Uh, People don't have respect for they'll steal from their kids. I know this guy that owns a pawn shop, and he said he can't around Christmas time. Like, that's the reason why I say these girls have to be careful about who they mess with around Christmas times. Like when these girls go and buy their kids Christmas toys and buy these games and stuff for their kids, you got their baby daddies that act like their house been broken into, stealing their own damn kids Christmas toys and video games and taking it to the damn pawn shop. How you gonna do that to your kids? So you got folks that don't even respect, they ain't got no respect for they don't even care about their own children. That's just crazy. Mm-mm. But sometimes when even like when I have jobs around South Memphis, like I remember my auntie used to live on this street right across the street from Hamilton Elementary called Ethel. She lived on Ethelyn. When I go down that street now, because I have to be in that area quite a bit, I I get so emotional because they've torn her house down because her kids was too. Lord, don't get me started. They was too trifling to pay the taxes on the house. My auntie left them a house and they wouldn't pay the taxes on it, and the city just tore it down because they let it got so bad. I just think that's so sad. Now the land just sitting there. And so when I ride past there, like her son had a house right next door. They done tore that down. Like I get very emotional because I'm like, dog, growing up, I kind of live, I won't say live my life on the street, but this street was a part of my life because we would be over there quite a bit, run across the street. They done took down the damn monkey bars that was in the yard. We used to go and hang on the monkey bars that was across the street at the school. They done took that down. They want to make sure kids don't get no exercise. And it's just emotional. I get emotional sometimes because things have changed so much. It has. Like where people don't care about each other, folks don't even care about themselves. Anytime you go, anytime you're a woman, you go sell your body for $40, you'll do anything. New to you says, what about Sylvia who sung Pillow Talk? I like Sylvia too. Sylvia has some more songs that I like too. I used to think that the guys were just running their mouth when they was talking about how girls, what men was using girls to set up, other men. I see now these girls take pride in being set up girls. These girls have children, and you let some nigga send you out to set up somebody to be robbed or be taken out. So then when you get caught, because it's gonna happen, who gonna take care of your kids? One of the saddest things that I hear a person say is when they go and they rob somebody, they rob them and kill them and stuff, or they call it themselves these little shade tree hit men. Man, I was doing the first thing they tell the police, I was doing it to feed my family. So you get out and you destroy, and you try to say you're doing it for your kids when all you have to do is go get you a job. I don't understand. Like, I just don't understand the logic of people. And I think that's the reason why, like, I'm content with the few, the people that I talk to, and if God send me somebody, hey, and I'm sure he will, because I never said I was perfect. Okay. But but I refuse to just jump into anything just to say I got, how they be saying, I got sneeze a mains. They put an N S a Z on the end of it. I got me a mains. Can't even talk and don't even know him. And she taking care of him. I don't see, you can't respect the man you gotta provide for. He come in the picture, you giving him your money, baby. I ain't got no gas money. That's a turn off. I can't even get wet for a man like that. And then what they do is they make a damn fool out of these girls by saying we supposed to have each other back. I ain't got no gas money. You supposed to take, you give me some gas money, nigga. I just don't, my mind don't work like that. Like I would never believe that I would be with a man that ain't got no gas money. When he say have my back, I'm thinking about bigger things. You see what I'm talking about? Like I'm not gonna start. I don't be thinking about low level stuff like that. So I'm thinking, baby, have my back. I'm thinking he's talking about be loyal, be a good woman to me. We working towards marriage, making sure all of those good things. He got something going on in his business situation. Maybe I can help him with some ideas. And I'm thinking about big stuff. I'm not thinking when they say hell my back, you talking about giving you some damn gas money. You trying to take me all the way down to the damn basement. Or let me drive your car. You ain't got no car. A man keeps him a car. No, you can't drive my car. See, those are red flags. I need to drive your car. No, we can't be together. I don't want you. Because you coming in trying to take me down. I don't want you. It ain't gonna work out. I wish you the best though. That's right, Ronald Grace. No gas, no ass. You ain't got, you want to come. And that's what's happening. These girls, I had to give him some gas money to come over here and spend the night. You got to give him gas just to come and get your ass. I ain't never in my life. You got to give him gas to come and get some of your ass. It'll happen, but I'm content with how I am now. I know a lot of people might think I'm lying, but I'm telling the truth. I am celibate, and I have been for a very long time, and I ain't giving up nothing. If I'm good enough to lay with, I'm good enough to marry. He gonna have to want to marry me. I know I hear a lot of men saying, I ain't married no woman. I don't know what she like in bed. Okay, well, you ain't the man for me. You ain't the man for me. Y'all, it ain't nothing better than a provider and a protector. I'm telling you. It makes women want to submit. It do. I remember I was on a date with this guy. It didn't work out because he was too headstrong, but it could have worked. It just didn't work. He could have been the man for me. But we went on this date, and we was at a restaurant, and the waitress walked up, and she started talking, and I was like, and I started saying something. He said, baby, wait. Let me handle it. Let me handle it. I was like, okay. I love that. Then he started talking to the waitress, and it was from that point on, and a lot of women don't know that. You know, when I from that very point on, I don't care when I went out with a guy, I always told him what I wanted because the man is supposed to order. I let him handle it. He said, when I do get some, it's going down, but I'm good and content. I'm good and content too. And I feel the same way, Ronald, but I'm content. Kawana says, I promise I miss my husband so bad. I was spoiled. Yeah. I hope that I would not well, it's gonna happen. Like I hope, how am I putting it without being corny? Because I don't want to sound corny. And I know people take stuff wrong, but if they do, they sick anyways. But I would love for a man to be able to, but I don't think that I would ever find a man that could ever like top like the attributes that my dad had. It would be so great. Now I wouldn't want a man that was exactly like my father because my dad, you know, he had his ways. He was not perfect, but he was just an astute businessman. He was strategic. He was just awesome. I miss my dad so much. We talk 3 times a day. My dad always wanted to make sure that we were good, and he without overpowering us and trying to tell us what to do, he always gave us golden gems and golden nuggets and stuff like that. And he would always say, even if you got a man, okay, if you got a man, you're not supposed to be, he's supposed to be handling all of that for you. So I miss him so much. My dad was, hey, let me see what his sign is. My dad was a Capricorn. My dad was a Capricorn. I don't know what you're talking about, Jeff Lee. So what are you saying, that because a woman has 2 or 3 kids, she ain't she can't she don't she's supposed to accept anything, that she can't decide, that she don't want to have sex until marriage? So what are you saying, that a woman that has 2 or 3 kids is used goods? Is that what you're saying? Because that's what it sounds like to me that you're saying. It's funny how women have this marriage then sex thing after she has 2 or 3 kids. But that's how I did it. I had the kids first, because I wanted the sex. The sex. I wanted to jump in the bed with them, and that's what I did. And then when I got pregnant, and so now I'm on something else. Okay, I like to jump in the bed and bounce up in the bed with them. You right, and we had all kinds of fun. Now I'm on something else. A person can change their mind, and then when I get married, I'm gonna revert back to that. This time I'm just gonna get the ring, and I don't feel bad about none. I don't feel bad about no type of sexual relationships, and they all been with men, okay? And we ain't have no what did in them have pop offs or freak offs or whatever. It wasn't gonna be no freak offs. It wasn't gonna be no man where I never had men where I had to try to figure out if they was on the down low. It wasn't none of that. They were real men. We had fun, and I got pregnant by 2 of them. Okay. And now I want to do it another way. I want to get married and then have fun. Um, it's called growth and learning from your mistakes, dude. That's right, Kendall. That's right. He says, no, what I'm saying is that's a double standard of growth. No, it's not a double standard, Jeff. It's called growth and maturity. Absolutely. I want a husband. And the man that really wants to be with me, he'll marry me and make it official for life. And then we'll have all the fun that we'll have all the fun we can have. But I'll be doing it with my husband with the security of knowing that I'm exchanging sexual energies with a man that I'm gonna be with for the rest of my life. Because when I get married, that's he gonna be the one and only. If I gotta wait, I won't tease you, so don't tease me. Men use their no sex excuse to marry anyone. To not marry anyone. Yeah, they do. Not when you're tired of being out the will of the Lord. If I got that the first time, I would not been through the struggles. That's true, Kendall. That's true. I mean, it ain't men ain't gonna say it, but there's nothing better than and I've never been married, but I can just imagine feeling secure with in the bed with the person that you're gonna be with for the rest of your life. How can people talk about they get bored? I think folks like that say, well, I got bored and I just we wanted to spice it up. If you get to a point where the one person that you're with does not excite you anymore, then maybe it's time to think about other arrangements. Don't make nobody's life a living hell just because you want to be a damn whoremonger. Set the person free. Divorce, because that's how people end up taking somebody end up getting hurt. But I can't ever imagine being with a soulmate of mine that was made for me and ever getting tired of bouncing up and down on his wing. I just can't. A person that is for you, that was made for you. When you love somebody, you truly love somebody, there's an energy that is exchanged where you can look at them and you just melt. This is somebody that you have vowed to be with for the rest of your life, that you truly love. And then you talk about I get bored. No, you never wanted that person. You don't ever get bored with somebody that you love. That's truly made for you. You don't. That's your other half. I don't care how many times you do it in the missionary position. You don't get tired because I love this man. I love this man. I don't never get tired of him. Ain't nothing he do corny. Nothing. I'm talking about as far as talking and stuff now. I'm not talking about because some of these folks be weird. I'm not gonna be dealing with no weird man anyways. That's the reason why you have to go ahead and talk about that stuff. Cause see, you get with them and they get to talking about put on a strap on. somebody like me, that's when you want to go get that shotgun. Nigga, you tricked me because you on something else. And sex is ordained in God's eye in marriage. Acknowledge him in all your ways. You never be bored or have to teach them to love you through your past traumas. I agree, Kendall. You're absolutely right. Everybody knows that nobody is gonna ever be perfect. I wouldn't want no perfect man because I know there's not a perfect man. I'd be scared of a man that talk about I'm perfect. He full of crap. Everybody has had some type of traumas in their life. You be willing to love them through it as long, but the problem is, like, I think for some people that have traumas, they want to put the person that's trying to love them through hell. I don't recommend that, being with nobody that's taking you through hell and then talking about, well, I had traumas. Now you trying to run me crazy too. No, I can't love you through that. F you. You trying to drive me crazy while I'm trying to love you. And that's the issue. A lot of people that have traumas want to emotionally, psychologically, verbally, and physically abuse the people that is trying to love them. And then they sit up and talk about, well, you know what I've been through, nigga. You ain't gonna drive me crazy. And it's unfortunate because you have women that start in their 30s and 40s start looking like they're in their 60s. Because, they got low self-esteem. I just want to love him through his traumas. He been through hell. That nigga went through that. He 50. He went through that when he was a teenager. Either he gonna go and get some help, or you're gonna have to start moving around. Because these folks be letting folks take them through hell. And oftentimes the yoke ain't even equal. They ain't meant for each other anyways. He keeps saying are two Leo. I don't know a whole lot of signs that Leos are compatible with. I think I read that Leos are compatible with I don't know. I think they say Leos are compatible with only other Leos. I don't know though. I'm looking to see now what signs Leos are compatible with. Oh my God. Mm. I know damn well not a Gemini. I would never in my life date a Gemini. They're saying Geminis. I would never date a Gemini. Ever. I know that couldn't be right. Maybe I'm on the I'm gonna look at something else because I know that ain't right. I would never in my life date a Gemini. Hmm. Yeah, Geminis are a lot of Geminis have mental illnesses. They have two different personalities. Oh, Tierney says Geminis are good love makers. I wouldn't know. I don't think I've ever talked to. Have I ever talked to a Gemini? A Gemini? No. I've always most most of my boyfriends have always been either Libras, which I'm not interested in a Libra because they cheats real bad, and Scorpios, and I'm not interested in them because they cheats real bad too. So I'm not interested in that. And Cancers. I would never in my life date another Cancer. They lies too bad. Ex-wife and ex-girl, both Tauruses. Tauruses are bullheaded. They're saying that Leos are compatible with Geminis, other Leos, and Aries. I can't imagine two fire signs getting along because I'm definitely a fire sign. I'm a Leo. But mostly Leos are very loyal and very giving. So a male, I know a lot of I've never dated another male Leo, but I know a lot of male Leos. They're very free hearted and stuff. They speak their mind, but they real free hearted. They real um like alpha males, you know. I think it's all in high vibrational signs. Paula Hall says, those bulls ain't easy. My daughter is a Taurus. Yeah, I've heard Taurus men. I've heard Taurus men and Aries men are very bullheaded. He said, I'm buying my ticket. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Yeah, hit the like button. Like, share, and subscribe. And Taurus women too. I believe it. They're bulls, right? They're bullheaded. Aries, stubborn. And I've dated a Pisces. He was real sensitive. He was highly sensitive. He always wanted to be right. One of my daughters is a Pisces. One of my daughters is a Pisces. One of my daughters is a Cancer. Ooh, child. When you talk about overly dramatic, that Cancer is a ooh wee. She's so overly dramatic. Dramatic. My Pisces is very introverted. I have to watch her because she like her dad. He's a Libra though. She's very introverted and quiet, and she's real sensitive though. Over the last year, I reconnected with a Leo lady, and I used to date. We are expecting. Oh my God, that is so awesome! He says we are expecting a child now. That is so awesome. I'm telling y'all, I don't mean no harm, but the Leo sign is the best sign. I don't mean no harm, but that is like the best sign. Leos are. Leo women are extremely great, very loyal, can be giving. They said water signs are freaky as well. I'm trying to think. Scorpio, is that a water sign? Because I hear them talk about Scorpios. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm, Leos are not bad. I think I'm a very loving person. It's just that Leos, well, I know for me, I'm unforgiving. If you cross me, I don't forgive. Tyranny says she's a Taurus and she's a sweet person. Jeff Lee said no, Leos is not. Y'all have big egos. Jeff, you always say that. I don't have a big ego. I'm a Leo. I definitely don't have a big ego. I think people misjudge me, which is not my problem. That's their problem. But I think people misjudge me. I think, you know, for some reason, when you have standards or like, I mean, I don't know. I think people just misjudge me all the time, which is their problem. Because if they misjudge me and they cross, they do something to me, that's, hey, it's up. It's stuck. And I truly mean that. Like when it's stuck up there, it don't no, it could never be nothing. It ain't no shaking hands and making up. I don't want you around me. Cause I didn't give you no reason to mess with me. And you went and messed with me, and now you think you could do whatever you could want to do to me and come back and shake hands. No, we can't never. And that's not having an ego problem. That's just letting them know you don't think you could do me any kind of way and think because you okay now we could shake hands. No, it don't work like that. F you. And just know I'm gonna be laying and waiting. That's all I'm gonna say for my opportunity, and that's it. You said my shoe game says it all. What does my shoe game say, Jeff? I love shoes. I love high heel shoes. Demon says people don't like for you to have standards. They like you to be the kind of person that always fall for the okey doke. That's exactly what they like. That's exactly what they like. When you don't, they consider you a problem. You stuck up, you know. It screams ego just by looking at my shoes. You think I got an ego? How does my stilettos scream ego? To me, they scream cute. To me, they scream cute. Of course, they're talking about my stilettos, and guess what? I sure ordered them. I ordered them because I don't have a shoe that color. She said, I never heard that before. I never heard it either. But no, it's a hell of this shoe right here screams ego. Now it screams cute. And when I saw it, I knew I had to have them. Whew, that's going to look so cute on my TV show. When I'm sitting up on this stool and I cross my leg, oh my God, it's going to be so freaking cute. I've been trying to think of the outfit. I might just, I don't know, put on something cute with it. I can't wait until they arrive. How often do you wear sneakers when you date? I don't think I've ever worn sneakers on a date. The only time I wear tennis shoes, we call them tennis shoes, right? The only time I wear tennis shoes is when I'm exercising. I don't buy Nikes and stuff like that. Like I got a pair of Reeboks that I bought probably about 4 years ago. They still look brand new. I went into a store about 3 years ago, or I went online and I saw some Nikes that I like, and I got them in every color. I got them in pink. I got them in blue and yellow. I got them in white with the orange going through. I got them in every color, and they look brand new because I don't wear no tennis shoes unless I'm going to the gym, unless I'm going walking. Like in the wintertime, like when I go out now, I don't put on the tennis shoes. I put on boots. I wear a lot of boots. In the wintertime, I wear a lot of boots. I wear tights with boots in the winter unless I'm going out. He said Leo men spoil their women for sure. Leos are very, I know for me, I'm very protective of people that I love. I'm very territorial and very protective and loyal. So most Leos are like that. Oh, Jeff Lee, you don't know what you're talking about. Child. That's right, Ronald Grace. You, I remember a time where men used to always make sure that even if their wives always had a new car first, right? They made sure they're women because first thing they'll say is, if my car quit, I know how to survive. But I can't have my woman stranded, not even for 15 minutes. My kids and stuff, my woman and my kids, My woman and her kids, she can't be stranded on this. No, she gonna always have a car that's running better. These men now, they man, I got a flouse. They be wanting new car. I got flex on a nigga. They be trying to flex for other men. They want me riding around in a hoopty, and he want her to work two jobs to pay for a car he can't even afford and and sign for it, not co-sign, and she riding in a putt. I'm telling you, times have changed. I can't understand how these women get their power up. Men are supposed to provide and protect. Yes, women, you got a good man. Keep your damn, don't be bitching and stuff all the time about nothing. It's hard because as women, by nature, a lot of us women are naturally spoiled. We worry and we're spoiled, so we always want clarification on stuff. Okay, I know I do. I gotta have some. At least, well, we need to talk about it because it ain't good to hold stuff inside just because he's saying I don't want to hear that. I can't be with him. I ain't gonna be able to be with no man like that. Man, I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, but I want to talk about it. Let's get some understanding. I don't want to talk about it. I just want some peace. No, it ain't gonna work out. Cause you can't have no peace if I'm in turmoil. Nigga, you could at least it, I need some explanations. I know you, if me being your woman, I wouldn't have no issues giving you no explanations. It's all about respect. You're supposed to always make sure that your person got clarity. You supposed to trust me, motherfucker. You go on with your life. That's what you do. Cause it's gonna be a tornado in this house. He said, my Taurus wife took, we just grew apart. My Taurus wife took care of me because I was so good to her. And that's what women are supposed to do. Your man good to you. You're supposed to always make sure you're good. Make sure the house clean. Make sure you cook. It ain't no such thing as, especially if you gotta. I don't understand like why women wouldn't take pride in cooking for their family. I would love it. Nowadays, two people have to work to have. Hey, I understand that. I understand it. There was a time where the men worked and they took care. But now two people. It's been like that for a long time. I don't understand how a person, even if you're tired, like you always prepare this stuff. You're gonna cook chicken. You take it out of the freezer the night before and put it in the refrigerator, let it unthaw. You walk into the house and you cook for your damn family. You cook for your man. You cook for your children. It's gonna be a hurricane. If I can't get out what's bothering me without him saying I'm nagging him, baby, I don't want to hear that. It's gonna be a tornado. It's gonna be a hurricane. So it's best if you go on with your life. Because I'm not gonna keep quiet and I got all these frustrations because he don't want me to question him. Why wouldn't you want me to ask you something if I just need some clarification? You got off work at 2 o'clock. You just getting home at 6 o'clock. You don't want me to ask you where, you got off. Where did you go for those hours? Not nagging you, baby. You got off at 2. You got home kind of late tonight. Woman, I don't want to talk about that. You already know he been doing something he ain't got no business doing. I know he don't think he gonna walk up in that motherfucker and I'm not gonna ask him where he been. He think he gonna have me too scared to ask him where he been? No, see, I think a lot of that's off balance when men and women don't want you to question them about nothing. It's because they got something to hide. It ain't nothing, baby. You got home late. It wouldn't be no problem for me to tell my man, baby, I had to go by the store. I went and stopped by my mama house. Oh, okay, all right, cool. Without, as a matter of fact, out of respect, if I get off at 2 o'clock and I already know I'm gonna be home a little late, I'm gonna call him. Baby, I got off work early, but I need to stop by my mama's house and for a few minutes. I'm stopping holler at my mama. I'm here hollering at my mama, then I'm gonna go by the store. Then I'm gonna go by the store. Okay. So I'm gonna be home late. You supposed to respect your person. Ain't nobody got no respect. Man, but you gotta trust me. No, no. hey, that's just respect. When they get to talking about you supposed to trust me, you got something going on. Don't play no games with me. And that's what's gonna cause the hurricane. Yeah, men feel disrespected. Woman, you disrespected me, and then they try to say, "Cause you know it ain't good for women to be out. I don't know where yet anything could have happened to you." They keep tabs on their women, even when they out doing dirt. They keep tabs because they got to make sure they don't run into their woman, so they want to know her every move. Yeah, I'm not gonna be with somebody, and I can't ask them no questions without them talking about I'm nagging them. Because I mean, that shouldn't even be a problem. You I mean, there's supposed to be some clarity, communication. And out of respect, you ain't supposed to be going missing for no 5 and 6 hours anyway. And you don't hear from them talking about, well, you supposed to do it on the strength of trusting me. No, nigga, you being disrespectful. You think you gonna go out and hey, you went out with your friends. You going out with your friends? Okay, that's cool. Going on out with your friends. But I know you don't think you're gonna walk in the house at 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning and lay in the bed next to me and think it ain't gonna be a hurricane. Ronald Gray says 23 years. Hey, that's awesome, Ronald. I'm telling you, that's awesome for you to have been married for 23 years and not been with no other women except for your wife. Hey, chocolate, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. And it could be done too. All people have to do, you don't have to, just because a person looks good to you, it's gonna always be somebody. What men don't understand, they sit up somebody, it's a lot of fine women out there. Yeah, it's gonna always be somebody that as far as looks, that look better than somebody else. It's a lot of beautiful people out there. But what these men need to understand, it's other men that look better than them. And their wives, a lot of their wives don't cheat. You don't cheat just because somebody look good. You gonna tear up your household just because somebody got a big butt. That's right. Cheating is a choice. Everything that look good ain't always good for you. That's the truth, KJ. That's why the Most High keeps blessing me. I was the father to 4 kids that wasn't mine. Looks is definitely a dumb reason to cheat. That's what they do it for. That's what they do it for. They cheat, or they say that the other woman didn't ask him. She didn't ask me no questions and she gave me sex. A lot of these men don't be wanting to admit it, but they mess up their homes for some nasty sex. They don't be one. They'll say, "Well, she was more peaceful, nigga. She ain't got the responsibilities that you got with this other woman. Y'all got a life together. Y'all got bills and everything. She ain't even half of the woman what you got at home. Don't even got half of the substance that she got. So she carries a lot on her shoulder. You ain't making it no better by feeling like you're supposed to do extracurricular activities, but you want to go lay up with a slut who ain't got no responsibilities, who ain't got half of what you got with this other woman, ain't even got half of her character, and you talking about I had some peace. You stupid. You stupid. All she got is time and to lay up and screw. So basically, what you did was you messed up your home for some sex. You too weak for me, anyways. Gristle says there's three sides to every story. Gristle says sometimes it's not about sex. Well, if people put the energy into their relationships and trying to make their relationships work, if they really want each other, I mean, because if you don't want to be with the person no more, ain't no need of even wasting their time. You ain't even got to go cheat. You ain't got to sneak around. All you got to do is leave. Go ahead and if you married, go and file for divorce. And go on be over there with that woman. But people don't do that. You know why? Because they know they got something good at home. Because if she was that bad, you would divorce her. Start all over. But you know, you can't build with this tramp. Cause she got a bird. She ain't asking you no questions. Cause she don't even know no questions to ask you. You can't even talk about business with her. Okay. But if it's that good, if she makes your life that much better, divorce what you got at home, whether it's a man or a woman, and go be with that. What you sneaking out and being with it, you ain't even got to sneak out and do it no more. Go ahead and get with them. But they ain't gonna do that. I got too much over here. I got a house. Well, you can go get a house with her. All you got to do is file for a divorce, and then you and your side chick can go buy a house together. He already know he can't do that side chick working at McDonald's. Motherfucker, you can't live in a $500,000 house with her because she working at McDonald's, bitch. They ain't gonna tell the truth. Y'all know I gotta be honest. You can go take your car. You ain't gonna take them all. Take your car with you. And the car your wife driving, you can go get one for your side chick, or she could go get you one. The bitch ain't gonna qualify for it because her credit don't match your wife credit, nigga. So go on, tell the truth. You know what you got at home is good. You just weak over some sex. Some nasty gay sex, basically, because these women blowing them booty holes and everything and eating shit and all. Well, go on, tell the truth. Your wife ain't gonna do that. She gonna look at you and ask you, is you on the down low? See, folks be getting mad at me. Y'all know I'm gonna speak the truth. It ain't giving no bitter vibes to me, Jeff Lee. Just because somebody can speak from what they've seen that makes them bitter, I don't know what you're talking about. I never said that every man cheats because I don't believe that every man cheats. Just like I know every woman is not a whore and is not bitter, and every woman don't cheat. Jeff, I don't know why you insisting on trying to call me bitter. You always say that. I ain't never been no damn bitter woman. Just because I have my foot on these niggas' necks, they gonna tell the truth. That's right, Ronald. I'm serious about that. I'm real loyal. You mess me over, it's over. I don't forgive. I don't forgive. Street politics says black men don't cheat. Lord Jesus. Whew, Lord have mercy. I know Jeff is meddling. All he ever do is be meddling me. I know, and you be saying it over and over. Gristle, what you mean that this day and age is an equal playing field? What you mean when you say that it's an equal playing field? He said that Tara's cheating on me. She regret now. They always regret it in the end. They always regret it. When that dopamine, it be that dopamine that especially I'm gonna tell y'all something about some women. If a man got somebody and a woman, it's just women are competitive by nature for some reason. It's just that some of them are unhealthy with their competitiveness, territorial and competitive. So if a man got a woman at home, okay, he started sneaking out with a girl. He started, he probably gonna tell her that he got somebody, especially if he got a wife. She might think, oh, okay, well, especially if she a woman of no substance. Okay, I'll mess with him. She might be getting a little something out of him, but she gonna sooner or later get curious about the woman that he's got. Okay, she started researching and she started looking into his woman. If she a nice looking, she a decent looking woman, she might go, okay, well, okay, she cool. She might say to herself, I look better than her, but she ain't ugly. She started looking at what she do. Oh, okay, she a nurse practitioner. I'm just using this as an example. Oh, she got a lot going for herself. Oh, she a nurse practitioner. She figure out who her Facebook is. She start watching on Facebook. So then she becomes obsessed because now it has already piqued her. It really has piqued her interest. Oh, she got a lot going for herself. So I'm getting ready to see if I can really blow this nigga mind and make him walk off and leave her, because she got to prove to herself this bitch got all this going on. She, even though I might look the best, she might be better than she. It's gonna mess with her self-esteem. So she gonna start licking his booty. She gonna start sucking his wing from. She gonna do everything from the everything. She gonna pull out all stops. And a weak one he already messing up. When he over there with her, he'll walk right off. And the reason why I say they always regret it, because when that dopamine dissipates in their brain, they always get to thinking about, what the F did I do? They always want to go back, but the door ain't always open. And even if it is, she's gonna always have some type of disdain for him. It would never be the same. Cause then after she find out, she gonna get to looking at the chick. This motherfucker ain't half of what I am. What, baby? Why you do it? Well, I was able to go over there, and she wasn't asking me no questions. She ain't built half of what we got. So just because you was able to go over there and lay up and I guess smell all up in her ass without her asking you questions, she ain't have no attachment to you, nigga. It was the thrill of being with something she knows she can't have, or you probably giving her a little money, and the thrill of his wife got all this going on, and he over here with me, and I'm working at McDonald's. It was the competitiveness of it, and he done lost everything that he worked for or built with a woman that God sent to him. And I'm telling the truth. Listen, I see this stuff every day in my work, in my field. I see it. Meaning that now women are just as savage. Yeah, women are just as savage. They don't cheat with men that are taking because they love them. They cheat with them because they want to prove to themselves that they better than the woman that he with. They doing it at the woman and don't even know the woman. I look at her Facebook page. She thinks she's something. See, I'm better than her because he came over here and he was licking up in my pussy. That's the mindset of a lot of mentally challenged women now. And that's the reason why you're supposed to send them on back to the street. That's the reason why I say I can't forgive. You gonna go back to the streets. I don't want you no more. I ain't even got no respect for you. Once that respect gone, it's over. It ain't no need in us getting back together because I'm gonna make your life a living hell. Every time I look at you, I get mad. I can't. That's a mental prison for me. So it's just best for us to part because I can't. I don't respect you no more. You didn't do me right. And guess what? Once you send him back out to the street, she ain't gonna want him. She'll be looking at who you moving around with next to try to see if she got her another man. I bet I can elf him too. Cause the obsession is that prestige, is that woman you got. Women be obsessed with other women. He said, Tam, we need more women to be celibate, but it's extremely rare. So when you find it now, it's oh dear. It's odds. Okay. It's a lot of women be celibate. They just don't say it. At first, I was ashamed to say that I was celibate. I ain't ashamed no more because it makes I feel comfortable when I see other women saying. Because at first, I was like, people gonna think I'm weird. Like I mean, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. I'm celibate, and I ain't giving up none of my goodies. I ain't giving up the platinum because that's the platinum. Regardless of how many kids came out of it, Jeff, 2 kids that came through it, and it's still platinum. I ain't giving it up unless I get a ring on it. I'm sticking to that. Yes, I'm celibate and I'm proud. And it ain't been no it's folks go, what you been celibate for like 6 months, 7 months? No, longer than that. I'm celibate. I ain't saying how long, but it's I'm celibate. And it'll be if it take 5 years, that's how long it's gonna be. And I don't play with no toys and stuff either. Cause if I'm gonna go get me a fake wing, I might as well go get me a man. I don't play with no damn toys. I ain't gonna go get me no fake nothing. If I feel like I can't go no more, I ain't going to the toy store. I'm gonna just get me a man. It ain't nothing wrong with being celibate. That's a beautiful thing. It helps your mind. I think it helps your mind to be celibate. Oh Lord. Yeah, I guess I'll cook. I think I'm gonna make, because I went past that. Being on here with y'all, I was fat. I do intermittent fasting, and I ate a few crackers. I was supposed to eat at 3 o'clock. I have not eaten. That's right, the honeybees. But I think I'm gonna make honey garlic chicken, or maybe I'll just make. Maybe I should. I think I'll bake. It's too late to grill. I like to grill chicken. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I took some wings out and I took some thighs out because I only had like two wings. I was like, I'll take the thighs out because I'll eat two wings and a thigh. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. I can only grill or fry wings. I just feel like it's. I don't like the baked wings. I feel like they should be grilled or fried. I'm not gonna fry them. So I'm going to just bake me some thighs, honey garlic thighs, because y'all know thighs hold the moisture. They never dry out. I love buying chicken thighs. And I'm going to, or I might just make regular, just herbed baked chicken and do either candied yams or yellow rice. If I do the honey garlic chicken, I'll do yellow rice because that'll be two sweet things. But if I do herb baked chicken. Y'all know you put the herbs and stuff on it. It'd be so good. You marinate it with the garlic and put the rosemary and all of. I have a fetish for a lot of herbs, and I like to try different herbs, and it'd be so freaking good. So I'm gonna do herb chicken. I'll probably just do herb chicken and candy yams. That's what I'm gonna do. Baked candy yams. Because I had yellow rice the other day. I'm gonna do herb chicken and baked candy yams. So I'm gonna bake the chicken and the yams, and that's gonna be so good. I know it's almost. I normally I said I wasn't gonna eat after 7, but I got to bake this chicken and stuff. I have not eaten all day because I've been doing intermittent fasting. Now I did eat a couple crackers at 3 o'clock. Normally I break my you fast from because I'm doing like the situation where it's like they call it the drastic intermittent fasting, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. I'm gonna have to eat twice a day because sometimes I get real hungry. Like yesterday, I couldn't wait. Like I had to eat at 12. But today I have not eaten anything but two crackers. So I shouldn't be even eating after 7 o'clock. But I haven't eaten all day. I haven't eaten all day. And when you do that fasting, it helps to keep your blood pressure and stuff down and all of that. That's right. My appetite is calling for me. But I enjoyed being on here with you guys today. As always, I love, as I say, this is the mature channel. We agree to disagree and go on, even with the new people. Shout out to them. If you are new and you truly mean well, if I pop off, if you say something like, and I feel like it's something a little slick, don't take it personally because I've, in the past, people that have not been here, with me for the long, that's just coming, they don't know about a lot of the stuff that has happened in the past. So sometimes I be thinking that it's trolls or somebody that's coming on, trying to say some slick stuff, and it don't be that. So I got to keep that in mind. It's a lot of new subscribers and stuff coming in. I thank God for that. They blending right in. Shout out to everybody that's coming in. I've been having a lot of people. Oh, more Memphians, are coming in, but I've been having a lot of people from Alabama and New Orleans to subscribe. I appreciate that so much. But everybody, I've been getting people from like everywhere. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate that so much. You guys absolutely rock. I gotta get off of here. He said, "Thank you for your time and words, Miss T, and thank you, the members and mods, for supporting me in my positive." Oh yeah. Shout out to Neo. Congratulations on your new baby. Merry Christmas to everyone. I don't know if I'm be able to get on tomorrow because it's Christmas Eve. So I'll be cooking. I'll be cooking. Thank you, KJ. I'll be cooking like all day tomorrow. And I love cooking like I gotta marinate I gotta marinate my turkey too, y'all. And I got this recipe off of YouTube. this garlic herb recipe that you put all over the turkey and let it marinate so that I can. My mom had asked me to smoke another turkey just like I did for Thanksgiving, and then I'm gonna inject it and let it marinate and all of that good stuff and put it on the grill and let that thing smoke. And then I'm doing a cheesecake salad. And I saw this the other day and I got the fruit where you put pineapples. I can't eat kiwi. I'm allergic to it. I swell up, so I can't eat kiwi. But pineapples, strawberries, apples, mandarin orange. You put it all of that in a bowl and then you mix up the cheesecake mix and then you pour it all over the vegetables. I mean, all over the fruit, and then put it in the refrigerator and just let it sit. And that's called a cheesecake salad. And so I'm doing a cheesecake salad. It's healthy, you know. Cheesecake mix make it a little sweet, but it's a little healthy. Okay. But anyways, I might do a small pan of baked macaroni and cheese. I don't know, but definitely I'm gonna do my lasagna soup because it was a hit. Okay. But anyways, I wish you guys a Merry Christmas. I appreciate you guys so much as always. And for those of you all that gave to the seniors, I have not taken their stuff yet because I have a sponsor that is going to. I want to take it all at one time. That after they have their board meeting, He's going to ask them to donate a check so that I can get them their jogging suits. I was getting ready to say the name of the company, but I don't folks are obsessed with me. Okay, not y'all, but other people that be in the bushes. But I'll say it on the show because I'm gonna record it when I take it over there. But I appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys. Merry Christmas. My stomach talking to me. Y'all have a good night. Okay.